this season. With a game-changing rewards program and an unbeatable selection of tickets, they make it easy for every fan to watch their favorite teams and players in action. Catch every one-timer and buzzer-beating 3 live and in person from your favorite seat. Plus, every ticket is backed by a 100% buyer guarantee, giving you peace of mind with every purchase. Don't miss out. Visit vividseats.com or download the app today. Vivid Seats, the official ticketing partner of ESPN.
ESPN 710, Los Angeles.
Sports! And it is the biggest show on the radio. Mason and Ireland is on for your Monday afternoon.
Ireland, best show on the radio.
Here we go, the Monday, April 28th edition of the Hall of Famers. What a sports weekend. Since we last spoke to you, it's been a couple rough nights for LA sports. Lakers T-Wolves yesterday. I didn't know there was a Hawkeye camera. Plus those stinking scumbag Edmonton Oilers, they just won't go away. Dodgers from the weekend and the Rams NFL and the 2025 NFL draft and what the Rams did Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. We're going to talk about all of it. A Michelob Ultra Reaction Monday.
Did you say that it's an older person thing?
That's the wrong thing to say to Mason.
An older
you
person
haven't been working
thing?
with him long enough.
Laura,
Mason old.
With
Mason, Ireland, Greg Bergman in that third chair, producer Laura, producer Brian Cohen. Let's do it. The biggest show on the radio, your Monday afternoon right now.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
What a lousy sports day we had.
Terrible.
Sports day. Sports weekend. They lost 5 of 7.
Yeah.
LA teams lost 5 of 7 games.
By the way, didn't you did that 4-way parlay? I think we should have a rule that if you do at least a 4-team parlay and lose them all, you get your money back like in Keno.
Wrong,
it's hard to do.
Yes,
some guy on Twitter was like ready to kill you.
Yeah,
Mason,
really?
it's all your fault.
I'll take the fall for everything this weekend.
Twitter thinks it's all our fault for absolutely everything. The Lakers in 5-bit, that was the reason that they're losing these
guys,
games.
it's a bit. It's a bit.
Yeah, like when the Lakers lose, I'm the worst announcer in the NBA, and when they win, I'm the greatest announcer that they've ever had. It's like everything's an extreme.
So here's the question. We'll ask everybody here. John, you were watching, obviously, the Lakers game on Friday, and you were locked into that game.
Yes.
Did you have anything else on?
No.
Or were you, okay, you were focused.
No,
Good.
I was super into the game.
There wasn't a whole nother TV next to you?
Yeah, there was, but it was on our game. Okay. But in the playoffs, it's all about the game we're doing. Yeah.
Bergman, what did you do? There were 3. There were schemes.
I thought I saw a picture. Didn't you send out a picture? You had 3 TVs going.
I did.
I was
You
proud.
had all 3?
Whatever you did, I was proud of you. I just thought, well, that's how you do it. Right?
So I had my phone was on the Dodger game, Gene's phone was on the Kings game, and the Laker game was on the big TV.
By the way, Mace, whatever
Friday.
happened to picture-in-picture? Remember when that was a big thing?
That was going to be a thing. Picture-in-picture or split screen.
Yeah, I don't think I have it anymore.
I don't think
I don't think TVs do.
It would have been a good call for it, right?
Yeah, it would have been
Friday
perfect.
night.
Like DirecTV used to offer it as a feature. Maybe they still do.
They have that Sports Watch where you get the 4
Yeah,
different
but that would have been a
channels.
perfect night for that.
Brian, how'd you watch?
I watched the Lakers game Friday. Had a couple of parlays put together that came down to the last wire.
Oh, really?
So
What'd you
that
miss
kept me
on?
invested.
What was the closest one?
Luka, I think.
Well,
he
Luka
needed
was
2,
sick.
Right, he needed 2 more assists to get that, and then another one. He needed 1 more 3-pointer.
Yeah.
Which I thought he had.
So you missed it by a Luka.
Yeah, it was 7 for 8. It was one of those 8-leg parlays.
Oh,
so
man, that would have paid. That would have paid big.
It would have paid pretty big. So I was mad after
Laura,
that.
how'd you do it?
So I had Lakers on my screen, my TV. It's not a big screen TV, but on my TV.
Yep.
I had the iPad going with the Dodgers, and then I had my phone going with the Kings.
Got it.
Only way to do it.
So I had a
Right
very
way.
unique Friday night because when I went to the massage chair and I sat down and I got it cranked up so it's massaging, and then I put the TV on. And
What'd you have on? Lakers?
You
or?
will think this is made up. TV didn't work.
Whoa.
Your TV died?
My big screen TV did not work, and it did not work at the second I sat down to watch all 3 games or switch back and forth.
And by the way, I know this because I have one of these chairs. The worst thing is when you're in the chair, it starts, and you got to get up.
Got to get up,
because you're like locked into. I'm going to be here for the next half hour, maybe an hour. I'm happy to be in the chair, and all of a sudden, like, oh man, I forgot my drink, or I forgot my glasses, or I forgot something. It's the worst.
So we had a 65-inch TV that just went dark.
It
had like a little
Did you
squiggle
ever
on
figure
it.
out what happened to it?
No, because we got a 75-inch delivered on Saturday and put that on the wall. So now we got a 75-inch
Did you call
TV.
Isaac?
No, wait, it was like last minute. It was an Amazon deal because we needed a TV ASAP. So I ended up watching the bedroom. I ended up having the Kings on my phone and not the Dodgers.
So you had no Dodgers on
I
at
had
all?
no Dodgers. I had Lakers and Kings.
Okay, you took the playoff games. That
I
makes
took the
makes
playoff
sense.
games, yeah.
Yeah.
But it's so weird that the TV would quit at that exact moment.
Worst possible time. And then all three of them lose.
Yeah,
that started the whole weekend off where all three teams are losing. And in
It was
terrible
very
fashion,
disappointing.
too.
Very disappointing.
Yeah.
Last night, I thought the Kings were going to save the weekend.
Well, they should have saved the weekend last night.
Sure looked like
they
it.
had the lead.
Until last night, no team in the NHL playoffs this year has come back from a 2-goal deficit. Until last night.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Wow.
The Oilers did it in game 1. They were down 4 goals.
Yeah.
They came back and tied it, but they lost.
Yes.
So no team had come back from a 2-goal deficit and won until last night.
Yeah.
And the overtime was just all Edmonton.
Oh, it was.
Quentin Byfield, with 29 seconds left, or 34 seconds left, whatever it was, had the puck in the Kings zone. All he had to do was bang it off a board, clear it out, but instead he wanted to try to get it into the empty net, screwed it up.
Icing. Bring it back.
Yeah, the whole thing. All he had to do was just get it out of the zone. Instead, he doesn't, and Bouchard steals it, and they end up scoring and tying.
You know, Byfield's been great all year. And
He
of
has
course,
been.
if that puck goes in the net, game over.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Right.
Over.
Hey, it's a Michelob Ultra Reaction Monday. Obviously, we're reacting to a tough weekend on the road for the Lakers and the Kings. You can react with us all day long through Lakers Talk tonight from 6 to 8 on 710 and live on YouTube. Michelob Ultra, a refreshing, balanced flavor with only 2.6 carbs and 95 calories. Michelob Ultra. It's only worth it if you enjoy it. Please enjoy responsibly. And are we all in agreement that, again, this is retrospect, this is hindsight, it's always 2020. Does anybody believe that J.J. Redick did the right thing in Game 4 yesterday?
Michael Thompson.
Really?
Adamant that J.J. did the right thing playing those guys the entire
even
second
hindsight.
half. Adamant.
I just can't imagine why a 40-year-old LeBron playing 46-plus
I'm
minutes is
with
the
you
right
guys,
thing
but
to do.
Michael played in the
a playoff
NBA.
game.
None of us did, and he will die on this hill.
It's like the only play. It's like he's only had 3 playoff games where he didn't score in the fourth period in this fourth quarter, and this was one of them.
Yeah, Michael says unrelated.
Unrelated. Yeah, LeBron afterwards, they asked him, and he said it wasn't fatigue. But of course he's going to say it's not. Players are not going to say it was fatigue.
That three-point shot that he took towards the end of the game where he was probably about 30 feet out, his legs were tired
Wait a
at
minute.
that point.
Greg, all they did was shoot threes.
Yeah,
Right.
it was-
Well, no,
fourth
but it was later on. Look, LeBron was
I
fantastic
think they were 0
in that
for
second
5
and
from
fourth
3
quarter.
in the fourth quarter yesterday.
No, because Finney Smith hit a
Oh,
huge
Finney
one.
Smith, you're right.
down
I
the
think they were
stretch.
1 for 5.
I think Reeves hit one, too, after missing 2 wide open ones.
And this is why I'm a 5%er. And when I say I'm a 5%er, I'm the only one I know that actually believes Lakers can come back. I'm not naive. It'd be a huge story if they did it. But the reason I'm holding on to hope is Minnesota made every big shot they took.
Yeah.
And that's not always going to happen. Ant-Man was insane.
He was great.
He's just like the Lakers.
Best
would come
player
out,
on the floor.
Lakers would come out to guard him. He would just back up. Naz Reid, somebody told me last night, Naz Reid is 11 for 12 in the fourth quarter from 3 in the series. He's like, I mean, it's just they're making every big shot. I mean, it would be hard, Mace, to go 11 for 12 with no defense, like just out shooting.
Right.
Go make 11 or 12. I don't know a lot. And then Austin, who I would have. He would have been the one guy, if you said, all right, I'm going to give you an open 3 to tie the game at the end. Who do you want taking it? I would have taken Austin, and he just missed it.
It was a tough 3. It was kind of off 1 foot.
Yeah.
It was a tough spot, and obviously had to take the shot. So I got a couple of things here. First of all, I know that we've talked about this before, but I saw it in real life. I don't understand why Minnesota even gave Austin Reeves a chance to make a 3 when they could have fouled.
Complete brain cramp.
I mean, seriously, you could have fouled. Then the Lakers are reduced to 2 free throws, and
Mace,
they'll get the ball back.
I cannot tell you how many times, and Michael's with us on this one, I cannot tell you how many times we will say, well, they got a foul here, right? It's obvious. I said it last night. I go, Chris Finch is a great coach. He's not letting the Lakers shoot a 3. Not only did they get a 3, Austin was open.
Yeah.
He got a really good look at it. He just didn't make it. But had he made that would have been on Chris Finch because he never should have had a chance to take it.
The other play I thought was really interesting was the one with LeBron and Anthony Edwards towards the end of the game where there was a question about the ball being knocked out of bounds, and LeBron was shown through the Zapruder film, the Zapruder camera.
Hawkeye
exactly.
cam.
That was amazing. I've never seen that view. Have you ever seen the view from up above? Down?
Yeah, especially in the postseason. They have cameras everywhere.
And it was so clear. It's like they did get the call right.
I was just going to say, I thought that was the right call.
It was. I mean, if you look at the play, it's definitely the right call.
And even the call, after the game, JJ talked about a key play with like a minute and a half, 2 minutes to go. Lucas bringing the ball up, and he tripped. Here was JJ after the game.
What was your vantage point on the inbound that was a turnover?
Well, let's just start with Luka got tripped. I mean, that was a blatant trip. He doesn't just fall on his own. We watched it. He gets tripped. So we should have been at the free throw line. That's not an excuse for why we lost, but we got fouled, and we had a chance to go up.
Okay,
it was a trip.
It was a trip. It happened earlier in the game too.
Yeah, he got tripped twice. He did get tripped early in the game.
Guys, go back and look. It wasn't a trip.
Are you sure?
100%. I've looked at it 10 times.
Really?
Lucas stepped on the foot of one of those guys and fell down.
Yeah, they're still going to call that. That was exactly what happened in the other time that he got called for the trip.
But
it's the same exact
should
thing.
you be given free throws? If you're guarding me and I step on your foot and fall, is that a foul on you?
Your foot is in a space where he needs to land it. That happened. It was the exact same play as it did. It was probably like 5-10 minutes before that.
Yeah,
that they called it
that
on McDaniels.
One I thought was a trip.
Yeah, I thought that was the exact same play.
I mean, is that a trip?
But I'm saying
if Lucas steps on his foot, is that a trip?
If you're guarding me,
yep.
Okay, straight up,
yep,
and I step on your foot and fall down, is that a foul on you?
9 times out of 10, it gets called.
Well, then JJ's right, but if
you were an official without the benefit of the replay, would you have called it a trip?
Probably, but I didn't think it was a blatant missed call by the refs. I thought that if you look at the play, and I encourage fans to go back and look at it.
Yeah, I'm looking at it.
They just
right
got their
now.
feet tangled.
Yeah, he did step on. Is that who's?
What
yeah,
number?
he did number 3.
McDaniels.
It's
McDaniels.
Jaden McDaniels.
Yeah, McDaniels' foot.
At what point in any game,
So, Mace,
in any
that,
part of the
now that
season,
you've seen it a couple times, is that a foul on McDaniels?
No.
At what point in any time of in any game within the season that the offensive player is driving up and he falls, are they not going to call a foul on the other player?
JJ was right about one thing. He didn't fall down on his own.
No,
I mean, that interaction caused him to trip. I just don't know if it's fair to call a foul on McDaniels and give Luka free throws when Luka stepped on his foot.
Either way, JJ was also right because that was not the reason that they lost the game. That could have been a contributive factor, but it is not the reason that they lost. It was a lot of what happened with the play with Anthony Edwards.
All right, so let me invite, I know there are not a lot of you out there. Let me invite anyone who wants to join me on the 5%
Can I just say,
Mace, come on.
I think we all think they can come back and win. Bergman, are you part of the 5%?
I am very much a part of the 5%. You can
Love
go look
it.
at my timeline. I said
Love
it last
it.
night.
Said it.
This game is
Laura,
not
are you
over.
with us?
I said it
Five
in our meeting.
percenters
We
unite.
got this.
Brian, are you
You're
Jet-
saying there's a chance. baby.
5%ers.
Exactly. We're
Let's
saying
go.
there's a chance.
Absolutely,
It also
Actually,
makes
it's like
sense.
4.8%, but we'll take it.
Yes.
Come on, Lakers.
It's
Shock
not
the world.
0. It's not 0, and that's all that
Correct.
matters.
It is not 0. Thank you.
And also,
I
despite the
saw
fact
over the weekend that Billy Ray Cyrus is dating Elizabeth Hurley. If that can happen, the Lakers can win 3
That's
games
true.
in a row.
Absolutely.
Elizabeth Hurley is like out of this world good looking.
Look, no matter
Come
what,
on.
in Minnesota, they lost those games, and despite everything that happened with all the size difference, everything, they lost by like 2-3 possessions
Right.
total for those
Plus,
2
we
games.
got 5 guys.
Exactly.
Come on, we got
They
5
are a little
guys.
tired.
Come
Yeah,
on,
might
who's
be a little
with me?
Come on, all the time.
It sounds like you're not really on that board
No,
very
come on.
much, are
We
you?
are. We are all on the 5%
I am.
team. All right. Hey, let me tell you about my mom. What a great lady she is. I adore my mom. She is very much the guiding force in my life and has been for many years. And Mother's Day is coming up. And I was just at her house. She cooked a delicious meal. She still cooks amazing meals. She does everything to make me happy. So I am returning the favor. This year, I'm sending happy flowers for a happy Mother's Day from the Bouqs Company. That's short for bouquets. And I got you 25% off your order so you can send some happy too. Bouqs aren't just any flowers. Their flowers are cut fresh from the best farms. So they're bigger, they're brighter, they last way longer. Some even grow on the side of a volcano. And Mom, with a bright, happy bouquet, or how about this? Go for the Bouqs flower subscription so she gets fresh blooms and major joy on repeat. It is easy. I picked my bouquet, delivery date, I'm already done. And with 25% off, why stop with Mom? Grab some for your wife or your grandma too. Look, guys, you can't forget Mom. Mother's Day, May 11th. That's a week from Saturday. Put that on your calendar. Order your Bouqs right now. Get it out of the way. Make sure you take care of your mom. Go to Bouqs.com. That's BOUQS.com. Use my promo code ESPN for 25% off. That's Bouqs, promo code ESPN. Mason and Ireland, 710 ESPN.
Why do we grill to order at Waba Grill?
It's just better for you.
Download the Waba Rewards app or order online at wabagrill.com. Waba Grill, it's for you.
In the field.
Peaceful.
Yeah.
It's quiet. You're outside.
That's
it's
cool.
Sunny. I love it.
Turning on the sprinkler.
Spraying the dirt with the hose.
Love it.
Dragging the field.
I think when you got to bring
line.
out, when it rains and you got to bring out the tarp.
Oh, no.
I always wanted to do that.
That looks like hard work. I'd like to avoid
fun.
hard work.
And I would mess it up and I'd get run over
it
by the
happens
tarp.
occasionally
I know.
where somebody stumbles and they just, by the way, that would be terrifying. Being stuck underneath that thing. Right? That's not like a piece of saran wrap. That is a heavy duty piece of like vinyl or whatever it is.
I may have
That's
to bring out
really
the Rambo
scary.
blade.
I would lose my damn mind if I got run over by that cylinder.
I'm getting claustrophobic.
That would be crazy.
Weekday mornings at 9 a.m.
It's Travis and DeMarco
on 710 ESPN.
Hey guys, it's Sedano. Have you heard me talk about my friends at Children's Dental Fun Zone? Well, what are you waiting for? You're going to take your kids there and they're going to go, Mom, Dad, when are we going back to the dentist? Words you never thought you'd hear. From preventative and routine care, orthodontic planning, and braces, CDF Zone has it all. Open 7 days a week with flexible scheduling options. For a free consultation, visit their website, cdfzone.com. They accept Medi-Cal, PPO, and HMO insurance plans. Visit the website, cdfzone.com, or call them at 833-586-7898. Children's Dental Fun Zone, where we treat your kids as our own.
Evan Cohen here. When the draft clock is ticking, you've got to pick the best talent, regardless of position, to fit your team's needs. Well, if you're hiring for your business, you want to find the best talent for any of your roles. That's why you need ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter's powerful technology hustles to find qualified candidates for your job immediately. And if you see a standout candidate, ZipRecruiter lets you personally invite them to apply. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/sports. That's ZipRecruiter.com/sports.
Switching to Progressive is a game-winning call. And that reminds us of other game-winning calls in the history of sports.
So it was the fourth quarter and we're down by 5. Sweat pouring down my face. Suddenly it hit me. If only I could wrap part of the towel around my forehead. And that's how I became the first basketball player to wear a headband.
Okay, not really a game-winning call, but it was a good call. You can make one too. Switch to Progressive and you could save hundreds. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates, not available in all states.
You're checking out the Waba Grill Lunch Hour here on Mason and Ireland.
Sup, people?
Why do they grill to order at Waba Grill? Because it's just better for you. Their Asian-inspired menu has high-quality proteins, fresh steamed vegetables, and signature sauces. Download the Waba Rewards app today or order online at wabagrill.com. Waba Grill, it's for you. Just like Mason and Ireland are for you.
Tell me if I'm weird here. Don't answer that question.
You're weird.
I knew that was coming.
The Waba Grill Lunch Hour rolls on right now.
Hearing some mellow music in the studio. What's happening? One of our cameras is ringing. No, that's all right.
Just an alarm.
Just an alarm.
Thanks,
So, Lakers now down 3-1.
So somebody named Jay just sent me a video. He goes, this angle everybody is missing. When you're playing defense, you're going side to side. There's no need to lunge your leg forward. So as you can see, McDaniels intentionally lunged forward to trip Lucas. So maybe that's what JJ's talking about. That
Does that make more sense?
McDaniels impeded his path. Well, JJ would know better than me, but I clearly thought Lucas stepped on McDaniels' foot.
Well, it does. I mean, he clearly did. The question is then, did McDaniels lunge forward and put his foot there, which led to Lucas stepping on it, I guess. In the end, it was not a call. Was not a call. Here's a little Brian Windhorst from this morning.
But really what happened here is J.J. Redick gambled and failed. He went with those guys down the stretch. Luka's 36 hours off of vomiting all day. He ran out of gas late. LeBron is 40 years old playing a game on a Saturday or Sunday afternoon after playing on a Friday night. He ran out of gas late. They can say whatever they want. It was blatant.
Here's Windhorst.
They made a decision at midseason not to go with that Mark Williams trade. J.J. Redick played his starting center 4 minutes in this game. Maybe that will help. It will pay off long term, but the shallowness of this team and the way J.J. Redick decided to manage it down the stretch were huge factors in why the Lakers lost this game.
Here's what's weird. I did not notice until the playoffs that the Lakers were as shallow as they apparently are, as to use Windhorst's word.
Well, during the season, he played 8-9 guys all the time. Yesterday, he basically played 5. So that was a decision. Michael insists that that's what he would have done.
That's what Michael would have done.
Yeah, I mean, he'll be here Wednesday. You can ask him directly.
Yeah.
But
who would you have taken out for LeBron? Let's say, who would you have had? Gabe Vincent come in for Luka?
First, I would have Gabe Vincent for Luka.
But like, would that have made that team better?
Luka was gassed.
When you were up 10 to start the fourth, but this, what the problem with what we're doing right now is it's hindsight.
Right.
If those guys would have gone off, if Luka and LeBron, and they both played well for 3 quarters, had they continued to play well in the fourth, then this isn't even a conversation.
Yeah.
Then everybody's praising J.J. Redick for riding his horses. But like Windhorst said, he gambled and lost, and now we're in this hole.
Yeah,
but it makes it even sweeter when we come back and shock the world.
Exactly.
If Luka didn't miss the little bunny in the lane, like there was just a couple of one play here or there.
Yeah, Luka missed a layup. LeBron missed a layup. But I mean, in the end, Game 3 they were outscored by 10 in the fourth quarter. Game 4 they were outscored by 13 in the fourth quarter. You just don't win that way. They didn't finish. They didn't execute. And part of the reason I think is fatigue.
And they haven't
in Game 4.
They haven't shot well in the fourth quarter in any of the 4 games.
No. So it's very frustrating. Yeah. All I could think was, oh, damn, we need the Lakers to advance. We need them to advance.
And by the way, you're talking about the fourth quarter. Jovan Bua put it out, 105-69. They have been outscored in the fourth quarter.
Yeah. What is it? Whoa.
105-69 in the fourth quarter.
Those are some bad fourth quarters.
You're gonna lose games that way.
Yeah.
Right.
God.
Well, and the weirdest thing last night was how they, in all 4 quarters, took an 8 to 10 point lead and couldn't hold it.
Yep.
It was like the Kings in their game. They're up 3-1. And I never felt comfortable.
It's like we're playing Denver again.
Right. And by the way, when the Kings fell behind 3-2, I went, oh no, here we go again. And the Kings were ahead.
Right.
And but they couldn't.
Well, I
hold
mean,
it.
even Friday they had a 4-3 lead going into the third period.
And then they scored like 4 goals.
Yeah,
that was ridiculous what they did too.
They scored 2 in a 10-second span.
Yeah, well, because they scored a goal, and then the coach's challenge. And in hockey, if you do not get the coach's challenge, you get a penalty.
I actually
so that put
like
Edmonton put them on a penalty. They scored 10 seconds later.
As someone who wants to get rid of replay, I would add that in other sports.
Sure.
If you do a challenge and it's wrong, it should be a penalty.
How would the penalty work?
If you miss your challenge, it should be a penalty.
Right.
I like that.
Free throws in hockey.
Free throws on the ball.
Yeah.
If you challenge and it turns out that you wasted our time and it's not a good challenge, then the other team gets 2 free throws on the ball, no matter what's going on in the game.
Yeah, I like that. I like that.
I mean, a 2-minute penalty is really tough.
Right, well, in hockey, hockey does a lot of things right. In hockey, if you just take the puck and shoot it into the stands,
yes, penalty.
2-minute penalty.
Yep. Yeah.
Can't
pretty
do it.
tough. It's pretty tough to shoot. I mean, there's net and
if you hit, if you
but
go
what
over
their
and hit
point
the
is,
net,
if you delay the game, by doing that, we're going to penalize you.
Sure.
Same thing with the coach's challenge. If you delay the game for a coach's challenge and you're wrong, so it's your fault that we delayed the game, 2-minute penalty. I like it.
Yeah. All right, coming up next for you, going to spin the wheel of questions. Also, I don't know if you heard this, but it's an underreported story. Shadeur Sanders, does anybody know about this? Fell to the 5th round.
Who's
wow,
he?
that far?
Yeah, I'll explain who he is coming up. Mason, Ireland, 710 ESPN.
All right, if you are hiring, you got to use ZipRecruiter. I played golf with Ian Siegel today from ZipRecruiter. He invented it, and what he says is right. They don't leave anything to chance. If you're listening today, you can use ZipRecruiter for free. Free at ZipRecruiter.com/LA. It's an algorithm that sends you qualified candidates fast. How fast? 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within 1 day. So what are you waiting for? Go to that website, ZipRecruiter.com/LA. Again, that's ZipRecruiter.com/LA. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire.
Sedano and Cap.
Today at 3 p.m. after Mason and Ireland.
I decided to do some reading this morning from like the Colorado guys who actually covered Shadeur, and they said, I don't know, teammates seemed to like him pretty well. He was tough as nails because he got his ass kicked pretty much every game because his offensive line sucked for 2 years for the most part. He actually plays a lot like Caleb, except he's not as athletic as Caleb. So I actually think that stuff worries me a little bit. He should be a guy, in my opinion, that plays more like Tua Tagovailoa. But that's the stuff that drives me crazy, is that this is the sport. This is such a manly man sport, right? Oh, so manly. Oh, we collide for a living. Ooh, yeah, we're tough guys. But yet you can't take it in a room when some kid's got some confidence and you clearly don't have very much self-confidence because he made you feel small. Get the bleep out of here with this.
The LA Afternoon Takeover. That's Sedano and Cap.
On 710 ESPN.
Don't navigate the legal system alone. Hey, it's Travis. At the personal injury law offices of Joseph S. Normand, they will fight tirelessly to get you the max compensation you deserve. Joe and his team understand the emotional and financial toll that an injury can take on you and your life. Call 213-747-2000 or visit normandlegal.com. The law offices of Joseph S. Normand have helped thousands of people like you recover millions of dollars in settlements and verdicts. Visit normandlegal.com or call 213-747-2000. Your recovery is their priority.
All right, listen up. Whether you're out for a walk, hitting the gym, or just tackling your day, in this LA heat, chafing is no joke. Take my word for it. That's why you need Highlands Chafing Relief. This stuff is a game changer. Goes on like a cream, dries like a powder, and stays put even through sweat and water. No greasy mess, just all-day protection. If you've already got some chafing, Highlands soothes it fast with aloe, shea butter, and tea tree oil. Don't let chafing slow you down. Grab Highlands Chafing Relief at Walmart or Target right now.
Ready to win some real cash during the basketball playoffs? Check out Pick 6 from DraftKings. When it comes to basketball payouts, DraftKings Pick 6 posterizes the competition, including prize picks. Hit all your picks and score higher minimum payouts on Pick 6 Plus. Even more cash if you outscore the competition. Download the DraftKings Pick 6 app now and use code FNH. That's code FNH. For new customers to play $5, get $50 in Pick 6 credits. Better payouts, bigger wins, only with Pick 6 from DraftKings. The crown is yours. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Help is available for problem gambling. Call 888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org in Connecticut. Must be 18 and over. Age and eligibility restrictions vary by jurisdiction. Pick 6 not available everywhere, including New York and Ontario. Void where prohibited. One per new customer. Bonus awarded as non-withdrawable Pick 6 credits that expire in 14 days. Limited time offer. See terms at pick6.draftkings.com/promos.
The sports calendar is heating up, and with ESPN Bet Sportsbook, you can go from checking news to stats to placing bets in a couple of taps. Stream games, bet live, and get exclusive offers when you link your ESPN account. Right now, you can get $100 in bonus bets when you make your first $10 wager. Download the ESPN Bet app and sign up with promo code USL to get started today. Must be 21 or older. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Terms and conditions apply. See app for details. Offer not available in New York.
We're everyday people doing good in our community. Our kindness runs deep, just like our blood. The same blood we donate to help treat sickle cell disease, which hits black people the hardest. Good news is, 1 in 3 black blood donors is a match for someone struggling with sickle cell disease. Stand tall in the eyes of your community. Donate today because our blood saves lives. Visit redcrossblood.org/ourblood to make your donation.
And it is the biggest show on the radio, Mason and Ireland, here each weekday. You know what it's time for? What is this? It's time for Wheel of Questions. Producer Brian Cohen, are you ready with that wheel? Hit it, Jack.
That's a dumbass question.
Huh?
Maybe. We don't know. All right, guys. Actually, I was really intrigued by this story. So a recent video of a comedian who's also a writer and an actor was surfacing. It happened a few weeks ago,
Okay.
but it went viral. And his name is, I hope I'm pronouncing it right, Biniam. And this was in a previous
How do you spell that?
Biniam.
Okay.
And so it was a previous episode of Fierce's podcast, and he talked about how marriages end in divorce 50% of the time, and that he feels that marriage should have an NBA-style contract. He said he was talking about how this can logistically look like having a 4-year deal with clauses and an option to renew after the 4 years are up.
Interesting.
So I initially was like, no.
I don't hate this idea.
But I don't. Or would you guys be open to
I mean,
it?
I already gave Juan the Supermax, so he's in for good.
Yeah, I think most guys, Laura, would agree to this in a heartbeat. It's the women that I would worry about. Like, Lisa would never agree to this. She said either you're in it 100% or you're out.
Right.
You would think she would want the out.
I did. And
Yeah.
when I brought up the idea of a prenup, I was laughed out of the room.
How about 4 years and a mutual option?
Well,
Maybe. I don't
well,
know.
isn't that what marriage is anyway? A mutual option.
I guess every
you just
day
divorce
is a
anyway.
mutual option.
Either
yeah.
side. Like Greg, how long were you married before you got divorced?
2 years?
Okay, so if you would have in
I
the
would have gotten out
beginning,
so fast.
Yeah,
no,
you
but in the
did.
beginning, if you would have said, "All right, it's a 4-year deal, mutual option at the end of the 4," I think you would have stayed married longer.
Those extra 2 years?
Yeah.
They've been the most miserable 2 years of my life.
I'm aware, but then you thought you could see the finish line.
Yeah.
you could
See,
say
that would have been nice.
Clean
Yeah,
cut.
but I mean, if you want to get serious about it, like that would have hurt Riley more. There's a whole thing
Right,
behind that.
right.
But otherwise, the premise of the question, I loved it. Get rid of it if you can. If it's not working, move on.
Well, I'm of that belief. If it's not working, and by the way, I know people that you get together and then you immediately start having battles and fights in the first year or the second year. It's like, come on. Yeah, if you're having trouble early, you should probably exercise your option.
And don't get pregnant when it's not working.
Oh yeah,
Well,
yeah, that's good advice.
that is good advice.
But like I think about Kim Kardashian. Like most guys look at her as a bombshell.
Sure,
they would
she's
love
beautiful.
to be married to her.
Yeah, she's beautiful.
4 times already.
Is that right?
She was married once to a rapper. Then the Chris Humphries thing got annulled. Right.
That was never a marriage.
I think they did get married.
it was an old.
But if it's annulled, does that count?
Doesn't exist, I think.
I think if you're scoring at home, that's
Yeah.
still a marriage.
Then the Kanye,
What about J-Lo?
the
That's a
Kanye
better.
thing. Yeah, J-Lo's got 4 or 5,
She's
doesn't
got
she?
a few,
collects
yeah.
them.
Including 2 to Ben Affleck.
So this is Kanye West, Chris Humphries, and Damon Thomas, and that's all they
That's
have.
it.
So 3
okay,
for Kim.
3. That's okay.
Yeah.
So that's 3 4-year deals. I
Yeah.
mean, that's easy to do.
That's true. That's true. Yeah, I mean, here's the truth. I don't think I would. I think it would end me if Juan and I were not together anymore.
Right.
I mean, he holds the show
You're
together.
very much like me in that you and I are in it. It would be the other person that would eject, that
Yes,
would blow it up. It
correct.
would be Juan or Lisa that would say, I can't put up with these
100%.
morons anymore.
Yeah,
I'm
100%.
out. But I don't hate this idea that Laura's proposing. I think that more people, if you knew you had an out
Right.
after 4 years, maybe you try different things to make it work. Maybe you, I don't know. But like Greg says, if there's kids involved, that's different.
Yeah,
It's
that's
complicated.
different.
It gets a little
It's
complicated.
complex.
The other
People
thing is, Greg,
change.
how quickly did you two have Riley? How long were you married before Riley came along?
So we
Or
were
before
mar-
she got pregnant?
So we were married before she got pregnant.
Okay.
So it was Riley was a choice.
Right.
So
But how long were you married? More than a year?
We were married 2 years, but we
Yeah, because
got-
I always tell people that get married to do that for 2 to 3 years. Don't have kids right out of the gate.
Yeah.
It's great
Because
advice.
once you have kids, it's all about the kids.
Yeah.
And you've got to find out whether or not you're compatible with the other one.
Right. And by the way, this is why you should, in my opinion, you should always live with the person that you're going to marry to just see if that is going
Completely
to work.
agree. And
That for sure.
And people think that, that'd be
Oh, I'm
living
not gonna
in
live
sin.
in sin.
Well, wait a minute. It isn't getting divorced is a
Right.
sin.
You're
Now,
living smart.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
What's that, Laura?
So I took psychology. Actually, if you cohabitate, that's what it's called, right? Cohabitating.
Cohabitate, yeah.
So if you do that with somebody, you must get married within the first year. Because if not, your
You
marriage,
become common law?
No, it's a higher chance of divorce if you do not get married to that person.
Why is that?
Because according to psychology and like all the classes that I took, because if in 1 year, because supposedly men know if they want to marry you within the first 6 months. So if you can cohabitate and to see, to your point, to see how things are moving along. But if the next 6 months you're like, we're not doing it,
right.
It's a higher divorce rate for your
Interesting.
There you go.
That's according to science.
It is.
Science.
I will bring in the book.
Yeah, no, I don't question you, Laura.
Hey, by the way,
I don't question your psychological
I have a degree.
expertise.
All right,
I know.
good to know.
Yeah.
Hey, Mace, I actually believe, honestly, I'm not making this up.
Mm-hmm.
I think Magic Johnson actually sent a tweet out from himself.
It is
actually him.
It is so weird that
Wasn't
Magic
ChatGPT?
Johnson would send this particular tweet because Magic Johnson sends the most generic tweets you can possibly
like,
think
congratulations to Ant-Man and the Wolves for their victory over my Lakers. They deserved it. Instead, he wrote what, Mace?
of. He wrote, I can't find it now.
Oh, I got it.
You got it?
The interesting thing is with Magic.
Oh, it's right here.
You got it?
You got it, Greg? Read it.
I don't know if it's smart to play LeBron and Luka the entire second half after only having 1 day of rest between games 3 and 4. When we needed LeBron to take over in the fourth quarter, he couldn't. He scored 0 points in the fourth. No?
Yes.
I think he wrote it. I don't think anybody else would be allowed to put those words
To
in
be
his mouth.
critical
There's a
of
hyphen.
the Lakers.
There's periods. Like,
what does that mean?
It's more ChatGPT.
The
Like
hyphen,
who types with hyphens?
I do.
When we needed LeBron to take over the fourth quarter, he couldn't. Hyphen. He scored 0 points in the fourth.
Hyphen is weird there.
Right. That's a weird space.
I'm more ellipsis than I am.
Ellipsis?
Yes.
Very
I'm
much
a big
so.
ellipsis guy.
So there's a article that I had like weeks ago in our rundown that if you have hyphens or there's a lot of hyphens in something, that's a quick tale that somebody is using ChatGPT.
Okay. ChatGPT likes the hyphen.
Yeah. Hey, real quick, I wanted to mention, I believe I lost 5,000 mythical dollars
And then
on
10, right?
everything, and then 10,000 mythical dollars on just the Lakers plus 3.5
Yes,
on
so
Friday.
you lost $15K and Ireland won money because of Shadeur.
All right, there you go.
Yeah, no, let's
By
talk
the way,
about
real-
Shadeur briefly
Real
here.
quick,
Go ahead.
whenever we play Mythical Money, it's brought to you by Chumba Casino, your favorite online social casino. Play anytime, anywhere for free for your chance to redeem serious prizes. Head to ChumbaCasino.com and let's Chumba. No purchase necessary. Got to be 21. Terms and conditions apply.
All right, so the Shadeur stuff we could talk about for hours, but here's the one weird thing that happened. Jeff Ulbrich, who is the Falcons defensive coordinator, he used to coach at UCLA, right?
Yeah,
Yep.
I remember
Sure
him.
did. Offensive line coach.
Has a 21-year-old son. The son's name is Jax Ulbrich. Jack was visiting his parents over the weekend, and what was so weird was that Shadeur Sanders bought a phone
Yep.
specifically for the draft. The only people that had the phone number was the NFL. And the NFL put out a list to all of the coaches and all of the general managers saying, here's how to reach all of these draft. Like, you know, they got 290 draft picks. Here's how you reach them.
Yeah, exactly.
So Jax was home. His dad left his iPad open. He jots down Shadeur Sanders' phone number. And then not only does he and one of his buddies prank Shadeur to say, you're getting drafted when he wasn't. They videotape it with one of their phones and put that out. So he turned himself in.
Yep.
Without knowing. So here's my question. He has apologized. I'm sure his dad is horrified. The Falcons are mad. Everybody is killing this 21-year-old kid.
21.
Mace, is the apology enough, or should something else happen to Jax Ulbrich?
I mean,
he's an adult. He's 21.
I think he should be grounded, and I think you should take away his phone for a month.
No dinner for you tonight.
Yeah.
By the way,
no, nothing should happen to him.
That's
no, I mean,
not-
that's...
Wait a minute. That actually
take away his phone?
would be a completely appropriate punishment.
That would be you
to
lose your
take
phone
away
for
a
month.
phone from a 21-year-old kid would be like taking off his right arm.
Yeah.
You may have stumbled into the perfect punishment.
There you go, Jeff Ulbrich.
No social media for you for 10
Nothing
days.
for Jax. No phone for a
wanna,
month.
You want to reach him? Send him an email.
Oh,
yeah.
God.
Oh, man. No, so nothing else should happen to him,
No,
right?
no.
He's been sufficiently embarrassed.
Oh, he's been publicly embarrassed. He's
And
been
by the way,
written
good
about.
for
He's-
Shadeur. Apparently, Shadeur took his phone call, said, "Look, man, I'm a kid too. Don't worry about it.
Yep.
I know you guys were just goofing around. I'm happy. I got a great life. Don't worry about it." I mean, good for Shadeur.
Yeah, good. Well, the whole thing, he handled it, at least publicly, he handled it really well. The entire draft, right down to the end when he was actually selected, and I saw the video
And he
of
was
them all
celebrating,
excited,
yeah.
celebrating.
Which I thought was great. I love the fact that he was celebrating. He
Yeah.
was like, hey, I'm getting drafted. He didn't make it into this big thing of like, I can't believe I'm in the 5th round.
No,
I can't
no.
believe any of this. He was excited to be drafted into the NFL.
Yeah.
He played that well.
All right, coming up next for you, sports graffiti. There is so much going on. The Kings and the Oilers are now 2-2.
Shadeur Sanders has been drafted.
The Lakers on the ropes.
5%ers unite.
But a 5% chance they're going to advance to the second round of the playoffs.
Yeah, there is.
877-710 ESPN. Maybe you saw Paul Skeens throw Friday night. He was apparently terrific. I was watching the Kings and the Lakers, but apparently he was terrific on Friday.
He was amazing.
877-710 ESPN. We'll get your calls in here for Sports Graffiti next. Mason and Ireland, 710 ESPN.
Travis Rogers and DeMarco Farr.
Back tomorrow at 9 a.m. after Clinton and Friends.
The baseball guys, the hockey guys,
Yeah.
aren't they all the same guys?
Well, I think
They wear different hats and
I
helmets.
think they all have the same basic. What's
Yeah.
the road like? Principles,
Yes.
right?
Scales.
Yes, they all view the world
Yes.
similarly, but
They have
different.
the same commandments.
Yes.
Thank you, Emily. That's the word I was looking for. You can bring their wrath. Different things,
yeah.
though. Like a baseball thing would not bother a basketball god, and vice versa.
Oh, okay.
The hockey gods would not be enraged by something that a baseball god might be enraged by, but they all get enraged in equal proportions.
So my thing is like for the Lakers, we're going to favor the Lakers today, basketball gods. Okay, wait a minute, they're getting a little too big for their britches. Now let's tip it over here.
Weekday mornings at 9 a.m.
It's Travis and DeMarco.
on 710 ESPN.
When pain keeps you from doing what you love, Hoag Orthopedic Institute gets you back to you. We are ranked number 18 in the nation and number 1 in Orange County for orthopedic and spine care by U.S. News and World Report. From the surf to the green, our world-class doctors are there, which is why more Californians choose Hoag Orthopedic Institute for orthopedic and spine care more than any other hospital. At Hoag Orthopedic Institute, there is no one better at getting you back to you. Proudly founded by premier physicians in partnership with Hoag. Learn more at HoagOrthopedicInstitute.com.
Hey guys, it's Cap. Here's the scenario. Your home is flooded and the damage is severe. Now it feels like your insurance company is turning on you. They won't approve a replacement living arrangement and the adjuster leaves you in the lurch. Take a breath and call Avner Gatt, one of Southern California's largest public adjuster firms. Avner Gatt knows how to fight back when your insurance company makes you feel like a criminal, leaving you with no hope of getting into your home and getting it all back together. With decades of experience and a passion for helping people, Avner and his family take the call themselves. So whether you have a toilet overflow, a broken water line, a burst supply line, a broken fire sprinkler, whatever the water damage is, you call Avner Gatt today at 818-917-5256 or you go to avnergatt.com. It's 818-917-5256 or avnergatt.com. You call, Avner answers, he says hello. Your claim is our game, avnergatt.com.
Hi, this is Sean McVay of your LA Rams. The Rams play here. KSPN, Los Angeles.
710 ESPN.
A good karma brands radio station.
Mason and Ireland on LA's mega sports station.
Oh my, am I really on Mason and Ireland show?
Yes.
This is a great moment. Hey.
Right now, more of Mason and Ireland on 710.
All right, sports graffiti time. Ireland, why don't you take the calls today?
Hey, now here's the deal with sports graffiti. You get to say whatever you want. We do not edit you. We do not just make it quick and keep it moving. Here is Ray to lead off. Ray, you're on Sports Graffiti. Go.
Yes, sir. Love you guys. Just going to say this. Diehard Clipper fan. And all I'm going to say is LeBron James, Ronnie James, Kevin James, Olympic Games. T-Wolves in 5, baby.
That's just mean.
I mean, we kind of deserve it.
Yeah, that is
that's,
that's just mean.
No, that's just turnabout.
You are not, Ray, allowed in the 5%.
No, sorry, Ray.
Marlene, you're on Sports Graffiti. Marlene, go.
One game at a time. One game at a time.
That's right, Marlene.
That's what I'm talking about, Marlene.
Can't win game 6. Do you win game 5?
Mace, how many games do we need to win this series?
3. One.
We take
one
at a time.
Yeah, you're right. One.
Just win
Sorry,
on
one.
Wednesday.
Yes.
I'm
one.
already making plans to see people in Minnesota
there
on
you
Thursday
go.
night. Thomas, you're on Sports Graffiti. Thomas, go.
Hi, guys. Thanks for taking my call. I just looking at this game, I mean, those substitutes in the fourth quarter, I mean, and I hate to be this guy, but if LeBron, if he opts out of his contract, $50 million is off the books. And $50 million, if you take Isaiah Hartenstein, Aaron Wiggins, Alex Caruso, and Casey Walls, that's the type of players we can get on this team. I'm sorry, I'm looking ahead to next season. I just think Anthony Edwards is this young superstar who's going to take over. Thank you.
I would say to Thomas, if you don't want to be that guy, don't be that guy. It's really easy.
By the way, anybody who is advocating for LeBron to retire is not watching the games.
Absolutely not.
He has been spectacular.
And by the way, defensively, he did not score in the fourth quarter, but he was great defensively. Had that chase down block of Dante DiVincenzo, really great.
2 huge defensive plays. Everything that LeBron has been doing is for team. And also, they're not sitting right now because they don't want to bring in anybody off the bench that can't score.
Right.
You need more scoring.
Yeah. Here's Joe. Hey, Joe, you're on Sports Graffiti. Go.
Hey, just wanted to say that one of the greatest parts of the NFL draft was the first-round pick by the Raiders, my favorite team, and the diamond-studded Crocs.
Yes, for Ashton
Ashton Genty had the diamond-studded Crocs, which were impressive, although Crocs are just weird. I generally think they're worn by old ladies working in their garden.
But you know what's great about them? Is that
they breathe because they got holes in them?
Yeah. By the way, USA Today ranked
Save your feet.
All 32 teams.
Yep.
Number 1, Raiders.
See?
That's right.
Pete
A+.
Carroll.
That's right.
Laura,
and you're off the bandwagon.
Is it Martial? Is that how I pronounce that name on line 7? Martial, you're on Sports Graffiti. Go.
Hey, guys. Thanks for taking my call. Hey, my biggest take on this Laker weekend, I'm going to say the whole weekend, I don't think JJ had good substitutions. You have to give these guys a break. I think it also demoralizes
Martial. JJ couldn't have had good substitutions because
there were none. Yeah, there were no subs. Yeah,
it's tough to criticize his substitutions. He didn't make any. By the way, we got a song about that coming up that you want to stay tuned for.
Obviously, yep.
All right, thanks, Martial.
I think he just should have had some substitutions. Anything, something.
Yeah,
okay.
I agree with you. But
thanks, Martial.
Michael says, nope, fine. Remain calm.
We used to always play 48 minutes.
Here's John. Hey, John, you're on Sports Graffiti. Go.
You know what's tough? What's tough is, they reneged on the Mark Williams trade.
Yep.
But seeing Bouqs Zubac have an all-star season, and you trade him over to the crosstown rival, okay? So, and you got him. You got Josh Hart. You got Brook Lopez. Seeing all these ex-Lakers that could still be on the Lakers. Not Josh Hart because of the AD trade, but Brook Lopez wanted to come back. Bouqs Zubac, he didn't want to leave. So it's really, once again, Rob Pelinka, who lucked into this trade because of Nico Harris being an incompetent GM that he is.
John,
all right, John.
Let me clear this up. And I need people to understand this. And you can Google it if you don't believe me. Magic Johnson traded Zubats, not Rob. Magic Johnson traded Zoo because, if you listen to Magic, he said that Zoo was going to need to get paid the following year, and they were planning on LeBron and AD coming in, and they didn't have the money. I'm not saying that he couldn't have got more for him. I'm not saying it was a good trade. But if you're blaming Rob, you're not doing your homework. That was magic.
And they were trying to get a shooter.
Here is Kenny. Hey, Kenny, you're on Sports Graffiti. Go.
Well, I agree about the Mark Williams deal.
Yeah,
I don't understand if we're going to bury Dalton Connect on the bench. Have you looked at what Williams did after the trade?
Yes, he was very good down the stretch for Charlotte. Very good second half.
The last 20 games, 15 and 11.
Yeah, thanks, Kenny. I would love to have Mark Williams on this team, but let me just, for context, the Lakers spend more time and money on their medical staff than almost any team in sports. Dr. Leroy Sims, who travels with us to every game, used to run medicine for the entire NBA, and the Lakers hired him away. So if the Laker doctors failed Mark Williams, that means they think that he's not going to have a long career. So that's why they did that. I'm not saying that he couldn't have helped. Maybe he could.
Oh, he'd be on the floor in this series. He'd be on the floor. And Dalton Connect is not.
The Lakers have a deal with UCLA Health. They have the best doctors in the world, and that's why that happened. Here's Justin. Hey, Justin, you're on Sports Graffiti. Go.
Hey, guys. 3 points. I'll try to be quick. First, I wish it could be as confident as you all are on the Lakers' chances of coming back. I actually would be.
Join the 5%, Justin. Come on board. We got room for you. 5%ers unite.
I think J.J. Redick cashed in all his chips in Game 4. I think he felt like that was the must-win and not Game 5. Two, I listened to you and Michael call a game last night on ESPN LA. Yeah. And you kept saying, the Lakers. I can't believe the Lakers. I've never seen the Lakers blow this many big leads. Haven't they been doing that against Denver the last couple of years?
Yeah,
but the reason why they keep blowing.
But Justin, this was the difference. They had an 8 to 10 point lead in all 4 quarters. They had a 10-point lead in the first quarter, 10-point lead in the second quarter, 10-point lead to start the third, 10-point lead to start the fourth, and they didn't hold any of them. That was what I had never seen before. Go ahead.
Yeah, well, the common denominator is that Denver, against Denver and Minnesota, they have no depth and they have no size.
Yep.
So that's why we're going to lose.
Yeah, that's
a
fair criticism.
Michael is to blame if the Lakers do lose this series because he keeps putting games in the refrigerator prematurely.
Yep.
And what did he do before Game 1? He put the whole series in the refrigerator.
No, did he really?
Did he put the whole series?
He said it Lakers in 4. Justin's right. He said Lakers in 4.
There you go.
Michael, Justin, he'll be here on Wednesday if you want to call and yell at him.
You gotta park that refrigerator out of the curb because he can't.
No, Beto and I have revoked Michael's.
Yeah, he gets no access to the fridge.
Here's Ken. Hey, Ken, you're on Sports Graffiti. Go.
First off, John, you can relate to what I'm doing. I'm sitting at 29th and Oceanfront to have the ocean relax me. I'm really angry.
Angry? All right, what are you angry about, Ken?
Yeah, well, I'll tell you. First off, why are you having your 6'7" point guard try to bring the ball up? They are blocking him. They're double-teaming him. You've got no plays. There's nothing going on by the basket, and you're shooting 47 free throws because there's not enough time. Number 2, your top defender played 7 minutes. Edwards is going crazy, and I'm looking, and Luka's trying to guard him. And there's your top defender sitting there picking his nails.
Are you talking about Jared? Are you talking about Jared Vanderbilt?
Yeah, Jared Vanderbilt.
Okay.
Sure.
Yes. And the third thing, and we all know, why in the world would you have all your players not rest? 46 minutes for LeBron. He took one shot. It was a brick. He scored nothing. And then I think he was so tired when he took the ball out of bounds, he threw it away. This was on JJ, and I like JJ. He's a good guy. But 12 years since Dr. Buss, he's the 6th head coach, and there's a reason. There's something wrong with the front office.
All right, thank you, Ken.
I mean,
you can't go to the front office.
I don't know how you can go to the front office at this point. It's funny. Actually, well, I'll make that point coming up. You want to sneak in a couple more?
Yeah, sure. Jonathan. Hey, Jonathan, you're on Sports Graffiti. Go.
Fellas, this is LeBron James' specialty down 3-1. All right? Trust me, we're going to see magic. We're going to see a big comeback. We might need Mo Evans, or let it be an Armageddon. Lakers in 7, baby.
Lakers in 7. That was my original prediction.
You did.
I'm the only one who can still be right.
Yep.
Camilo, you're on Sports Graffiti. Go.
Pretty simple, gentlemen. We stop taking to the paint. We get so in love with these threes. We get down by more than a 3, and we're trying to shoot 5, 6-point shots. There ain't no such thing. Keep getting to the rim. We stop putting pressure on the rim. Stop putting pressure on the rim. They start coming back. What do? They keep putting pressure on the rim.
Yep.
Yeah, they hit threes too, but what happens? They're putting pressure on the rim, and then the threes are getting open.
Yeah.
We stop putting pressure on the rim. That's all JJ. That's all Luka being lazy with them long-ass threes. That's all Braun being lazy with them long-ass threes. That's all AR being lazy with them long-ass threes.
Okay. Too many long-ass threes.
Last one is Javier. Javier, you're on Sports Graffiti. Go.
Good afternoon, gentlemen. I'm one of those 5%ers.
Nice.
You're absolutely right. The Lakers can win. The strategy is simple. Put your 2 smallest defenders on Ant-Man. Have them disrupt them as best they can. Put your best defender on Naz Reid. Let the other team try to beat you, and let's go.
Let's go, Javier. Let's go.
So there you have it. There's your sports. By the way, you were talking about whether or not Magic Johnson could have written that tweet by AI.
Yeah.
So I'm going to put in here, I put in here, Magic Johnson style tweet critical of J.J. Redick.
Okay.
Here's what came up. I'm really surprised Coach J.J. Redick decided to play Luka Doncic and LeBron James the entire second half with no rest. You can't expect even the greatest players to stay sharp and explosive without a break. Fatigue definitely played a role tonight.
Any hyphens in there?
Wait a minute. Are you being serious?
That's the ChatGPT quote.
Because that's almost verbatim what the
it's
tweet
very
was.
close to his actual
All right, Greg,
tweet.
I'm back to you.
Yeah,
He's got ChatGPT.
Yeah.
I told you guys that's what he used.
Yeah, I mean, that's very close.
Yeah,
that's
I just thought it
close.
was too opinionated to be ChatGPT.
Yeah, no, it's there. It's
right.
there.
Coming back, if you've listened to Mason and Ireland over the years, you know that Jeremiah Witten continually comes up with great songs and great bits. He has done it again in honor of the Lakers. We'll play it for you coming up.
Mason and Ireland, 710 ESPN.
Sedano and Cap.
Today at 3 p.m. after Mason and Ireland.
I decided to do some reading this morning from like the Colorado guys who actually covered Shadeur, and they said, I don't know, teammates seemed to like him pretty well. He was tough as nails because he got his ass kicked pretty much every game because his offensive line sucked for 2 years for the most part. He actually plays a lot like Caleb, except he's not as athletic as Caleb. So I actually think that stuff worries me a little bit. He should be a guy, in my opinion, that plays more like Tua Tagovailoa. But that's the stuff that drives me crazy, is that this is the sport. This is such a manly man sport, right? Oh, so manly. Oh, we collide for a living. Ooh, yeah, we're tough guys. But yet you can't take it in a room when some kid's got some confidence and you clearly don't have very much self-confidence because he made you feel small. Get the bleep out of here with this.
The LA Afternoon Takeover. That's Sedano and Cap.
On 710 ESPN.
Why do we grill to order at Waba Grill? Because it's just better for you. And our Asian-inspired menu has high-quality proteins that are healthier for you. Like hormone-free chicken, ribeye steak, wild-caught salmon, and shrimp. Our steamed vegetables and signature salads are made fresh for you. Our sauces are more flavorful for you, from sweet and spicy to fiery hot. Download the Waba Rewards app or order online at wabagrill.com. Waba Grill, it's for you.
All right, listen up. Whether you're out for a walk, hitting the gym, or just tackling your day, in this LA heat, chafing is no joke. Take my word for it. That's why you need Highlands Chafing Relief. This stuff is a game changer. Goes on like a cream, dries like a powder, and stays put even through sweat and water. No greasy mess, just all-day protection. If you've already got some chafing, Highlands soothes it fast with aloe, shea butter, and tea tree oil. Don't let chafing slow you down. Grab Highlands Chafing Relief at Walmart or Target right now.
The sports calendar is heating up, and with ESPN Bet Sportsbook, you can go from checking news to stats to placing bets in a couple of taps. Stream games, bet live, and get exclusive offers when you link your ESPN account. Right now, you can get $100 in bonus bets when you make your first $10 wager. Download the ESPN Bet app and sign up with promo code USL to get started today. Must be 21 or older. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Terms and conditions apply. See app for details. Offer not available in New York.
We're everyday people doing good in our community. Our kindness runs deep, just like our blood. The same blood we donate to help treat sickle cell disease, which hits Black people the hardest. Good news is, 1 in 3 Black blood donors is a match for someone struggling with sickle cell disease. Stand tall in the eyes of your community. Donate today because our blood saves lives. Visit redcrossblood.org/ourblood to make your donation.
Mason in Ireland on 710.
I mean, would you rather have good life or sex? Good sex. Good life, good sex.
Well, I got both.
There you go. That's
good
the correct
for you,
answer.
Johnny I. More of Mason in Ireland right now.
So, this is exhibit number 1 billion. That people are stupid and insensitive, especially social media people. So 2 examples here.
No way.
2 examples here. Number 1, shark attacks up worldwide this year.
Okay, why?
The majority of shark attacks are sharks biting social media influencers who are trying to get video of them.
Oh, my God.
What
That's their
dumbasses.
fault.
Seriously. The other one is, did you see when the Pope, God bless the Pope, was in his low casket at the
And
St.
did they parade
Peter's?
him through the city?
No,
the
well,
Vatican?
first he was just there, and everybody came to the chapel. People were turning and doing selfies with
the dead
the
Pope?
dead Pope.
That's horrible.
That is like so awful. People will do anything. Anything.
They probably got millions of views.
I'm sure they
so
got a lot of
what they
likes and
wanted.
all that. Just dumbasses. All right, so our friend Jeremiah Witten. Yesterday, if you're just tuning in, Lakers lose to the Minnesota Timberwolves. Series, they're now down 3-1. Game number 5 is coming up Wednesday night here at Crypto.com Arena. It is mathematically, obviously, a must-win situation. J.J. Redick yesterday no substitutions in the second half. It was Luka and LeBron and DFS and Rui and Austin Reeves the entire second half with no substitutions. So Jeremiah Witten, who's done a lot of music bits for us over the years.
Yes, he has. He has done it again.
He's taken a TLC song called No Scrubs and done this with it.
The sub is a guy who's not top 5, but half of the rotation, but stuck. Always talking about getting minutes, but he just rides on the bench. So no, I don't want your number. No, I don't want to give you time, and no, it's good when you alone in the G League. No, Hayes, it's not lose her time, and no, I don't want no sub. The sub is a guy that can't get no love from me. Hanging off the side of the bench in his fresh clean sweats, trying to holler at me. I don't want no sub. Sub is a guy that can't get no love from Jay. Hanging off the side of the bench in his fresh clean sweats, trying to holler at me.
Yep. I don't want no subs. Subs don't get no love from me.
Oh, man, Jeremiah, that might be my favorite
That's
one.
a funny one, Jeremiah.
That was amazing.
That's
well
a funny
done,
one.
Jeremiah. Well
and we're
done.
going to even enjoy it more when we shock the world.
Exactly.
5%.
Exactly.
Let's go.
Will there be subs in Game 5?
Yes.
You think?
I think there will be.
You think he's not going to take this run again?
Had we won, I think he rides those guys again. But since we didn't win, I think you're going to see Gabe Vincent a little more. I think you're going to see maybe a Dalton Connect appearance. Maybe Jackson Hayes plays more than 3 minutes. Maybe he doesn't play at all.
No, he should play 0 minutes.
Yeah,
for the
I
rest
mean,
of the
he's
way.
playing so
he's
limited. Tim Bontemps was on the Hoops Collective podcast. Here's what he said about JJ.
Well, the most remarkable thing was him saying they decided this in the locker room at halftime. Like, I'm sorry, if Tom Thibodeau did this and didn't pull a one starter the entire second half, the entire city of New York would have pitchforks out and would be coming for him, right? It would be the biggest story going. Like, I'm sorry. I understand in part what he's thinking. The Lakers roster is not good, all right? It's the reason I picked Minnesota to win the series. They're the deeper, better team outside their top couple of guys. However, the Lakers are up by 10 at the end of the third quarter. You've got LeBron James at 40 years old on a 36-hour turnaround. You've got Luka Doncic, who's coming off having food poisoning and throwing up in the locker room and need to come out late to start the second half on Friday. You cannot play those guys the entire second half without any break.
So obviously everybody has reached this same conclusion except for Michael Thompson, that there should have been
and JJ.
And JJ. There should have been substitutions in the second half.
And the difference between Michael Thompson, JJ, and me and you and Tim Bontemps is they played in the NBA and
Yeah,
we
it's
didn't.
true.
So
It's true.
I'm actually surprised by their position.
Yeah.
I really am. But the guys who played in the NBA say that's not the reason they lost, is that they played all those guys in the second half. I think it has to have something to do with it.
There's no question. And by the way, there's too much. They took those threes in the fourth quarter. It's like the one LeBron put up was especially the wrong shot.
But I've seen him make it.
I have, but he's dagger hunting,
Yes,
right?
exactly.
Everybody's dagger hunting. It's like, I want that one shot that puts the game away. It's like, no, just play basic basketball, move the basketball the way you were earlier in the game. You don't need to go hunting for daggers. You can create one through ball movement.
You've already played 45 minutes, and I understand that he had a bunch of good defensive plays right before that. I think he had the block right before, or it might have been a steal right before that. But from 25 feet out, 25 to 30 feet out, taking that shot when you're already played 45 minutes, your legs are tired, it was going to come up short. And it was dagger hunting, exactly like you're saying, because that's what he does. He likes to find that dagger shot. Like, this, I'm going to put you away
And
right
by the way,
here.
and it is dramatic when it happens.
When it happens, like,
Oh!
LeBron! But when you miss it, it's like, oh, we're only up 2. You
Yeah,
probably should have
exactly.
gone inside and tried to find a bucket somewhere else.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. So let me pivot a little bit to the Dodgers, who had a good weekend, beat Pittsburgh 2 out of 3, lost to Paul Skeens on Friday. Andy Pages had himself a weekend.
He was phenomenal.
3 hits on Friday, 3 hits on Saturday, 4 hits yesterday. He was 10 for 13 this weekend.
Jeez.
10 for 13. He raised his batting average to 277 and his OPS to 860. And it's not that long ago that I was suggesting they should call up Hee-Sung Kim because Andy Pages wasn't going to work out.
He's going to come up soon. What?
But you are on the same train. You were not on Pages Island.
I
there.
was not on Pages Island, but I was still trying to give him a little more time. I didn't make him my villain because of it. But Pages, when Roki Sasaki is pitching, he has actually saved around 9 or 10 runs from Roki Sasaki by himself. He has stolen 3 home runs when Roki Sasaki has been pitching.
And by the way, Roki Sasaki is getting better every start.
Yep, every start.
Saturday through 5 innings, 3 walks, no decision, 3.55 ERA. But
still looking at that first win.
Still looking for win number 1.
Yeah.
He's in there for 5-6 innings every start.
I thought he's looking much, much better. He's using his pitch mix a little bit better. He's going deeper into games. This last 2 was 6 innings the time before, 5 2/3 this last time. He looks way better. It's still going to take time. 23 years old. He's still going to have some ups and downs, but he's looking much, much better than he did in Japan.
Now, tonight is interesting at Dodger Stadium. It is the highest spending team in baseball versus the lowest spending team in baseball. The Marlins have a payroll of $69 million. The Dodgers have a payroll of $472 million. It's a pretty big spread. Now, here's what pisses me off about the Marlins. They got $70 million in revenue sharing.
That's money they get from other teams because they didn't spend as much.
And their payroll is $69 million.
So they're pulling a Donald Sterling. They're in it for money.
And there's a rule in Major League Baseball. It's not being enforced here. You have to spend 1.5 times your luxury tax revenue sharing on payroll, which means their payroll should be about $105 million. Instead, it's at $69 million. It's an embarrassment and a blight on Major League Baseball.
So do you know if it has to be by the end of this year or before?
Don't know
this
the
year?
answer to that.
So if
I just know that's the rule is you have to spend a times and a half of your luxury tax payout.
Sure. So they still technically could have time.
They could.
They could. But still, that's ridiculous that it can be that way. That's why I like having teams like the Dodgers. And you've talked about it before, John. This is something we have an ownership that it goes out and pays money. They pay for their teams. They say, we're going to put the best product as we can. Not like the Marlins where they pay for it and then they get rid of everybody.
Right. The Marlins and the Pirates are almost a farm system for the other teams.
They really are. They really are. And it looks like they do have one contract. It looks like they have one contract that goes beyond this year.
It's not Sandy Alcantara.
It's Sandy Alcantara.
is it?
Yeah, he's the one contract that goes past this year. Everybody else can walk away at the end of the year. That's no way to build a team.
So it's going to have $20 million on the payroll by the end of the year?
Yeah, no, exactly. So that's tonight at Dodger Stadium. Who are the starters?
Dustin May versus, I forget.
Edward Cabrera?
Yes, Edward
Cabrera. Okay. Got it. All right.
Dustin May needs to go long, by the way. They had to use a bullpen a lot yesterday, and they're having a bullpen game tomorrow night. So Dustin May has to go 6 at least.
Excellent. He's got to save us some innings. All right. In the meantime, oh, by the way, Reggie Bush is going to join us at 2:15 today. I'm excited for that. Reggie's back. He's got his Heisman.
He's allowed back.
He's allowed back.
One of two college football players that the second I saw him, I thought this guy's going to either win the Heisman or change the world.
Yeah.
The first one was Marshall Faulk, and the second one was Reggie Bush.
Yeah.
And I haven't, Andrew Luck a little bit. When I saw
Andrew Luck, I thought
college,
Aaron Rodgers, when I saw him, I thought he was going to be the real
Those are the
deal.
two best college running backs I ever saw.
Yeah.
Were Marshall Faulk and Reggie Bush.
Turned out pretty well for both of them, and Reggie will join us at 2:15. In the meantime, if you were driving to a friend's house this past weekend and you were injured in a car accident that wasn't your fault, today, think about it. What should you do? Call Jacob. Easy. Call Jacob. He and his team will give you a free consultation. You got nothing to lose by calling and explaining your situation. If Jacob starts working with you, you can move on with your life. He and his team are going to find you a doctor that specializes in your injury. They're also going to work with the body shop and the car rental place on your behalf. He and his team are ready to help you and get you back on your feet, get you the compensation that you deserve. And if you prefer to meet face-to-face, Jacob's team will come to you, or you can go to Jacob's office. When you call an attorney, you want one who is respected, call Jacob. He's the real deal. 844-24-JACOB. That's 844-24-JACOB. 844-24-JACOB. Or remember,
accident or injury, call Jacob and Ronnie. Call Jacob.
CallJacob.com. Don't forget, proud partner of the Rams, the Lakers, and LAFC. And make sure you're following them on Instagram and on Facebook. Go to @call.jacob. Mason and Ireland, 710 ESPN.
Travis Rogers and DeMarco Farr.
Back tomorrow at 9 a.m. after Clinton and Friends.
How do you like micheladas? How?
Do you not like tomato juice?
No.
Well, then you wouldn't like micheladas.
I know. How? How do you guys like those?
Because they're wonderful.
They like tomato juice.
Do you like those? Do you like?
I don't, because I don't like tomato juice.
Yeah. Do you not like Bloody Marys?
Not at all.
Yeah.
Not at all.
I made micheladas this weekend.
Yeah.
Marco.
Yeah? Good?
So good.
Okay.
So good.
Tomato juice.
I like to
Happy
line
for
up
you.
all of my things.
Me too. Yeah.
All of the little stuff that goes in. You know what goes a long way? Just a little bit.
What?
A little bit. Clam juice.
I'm out twice.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah,
Okay.
it sounds. I'm on
out
your
two
side.
times on that.
This sounds
Little
disgusting.
horseradish, clam juice, Worcestershire, some muddled jalapeno, little Old Bay, and then
What
an
about
ice
something
cold
that tastes
michelada.
nice and easy to
There
go
was
down
only
like a
one
mimosa?
yes.
Those are good
Thank
too.
you.
I like a
So
mimosa
good.
too.
Weekday mornings at 9 a.m.
It's Travis and DeMarco
on 710 ESPN.
Hey guys, it's Cap. Here's the scenario. Your home is flooded and the damage is severe. Now it feels like your insurance company is turning on you. They won't approve a replacement living arrangement and the adjuster leaves you in the lurch. Take a breath and call Avner Gatt, one of Southern California's largest public adjuster firms. Avner Gatt knows how to fight back when your insurance company makes you feel like a criminal, leaving you with no hope of getting into your home and getting it all back together. With decades of experience and a passion for helping people, Avner and his family take the call themselves. So whether you have a toilet overflow, a broken water line, a burst supply line, a broken fire sprinkler, whatever the water damage is, you call Avner Gatt today at 818-917-5256, or you go to avnergatt.com. It's 818-917-5256 or avnergatt.com. You call, Avner answers, he says hello. Your claim is our game. avnergatt.com.
This is the story of the one who, as a maintenance specialist for a historic high-rise, knows that vintage charm historically needs constant attention. Which is why when it's time to upgrade turn-of-the-century mechanicals, they turn to Grainger. With easy access to 1 million-plus products and the scale to deliver when and where you need them. The right tools and supplies are never far away. So the one can keep that vintage building running like new. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Evan Cohen here. Picking a place to build a life is a lot like selecting a draft pick. Make a decision that will set you up for long-term success. Pick Wisconsin. In Wisconsin, you'll find dynamic career opportunities, beautiful seasons, affordable living, and legendary weekends. From its high quality of life and great schools to its fine arts, culinary, and pro sports scenes, Wisconsin gives you so much to look forward to. That's why you should pick Wisconsin. Learn more about making Wisconsin your home. Visit pickwisconsin.com.
Mason and Ireland on 710.
I've got to be honest. I have no idea how you do it.
I'm not sure how I do it.
I would not. I don't. Would not be my scene.
More of Mason and Ireland right now.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, it was a rough weekend. It was a rough weekend. Lakers went 0 for 2. Kings went 0 for 2. Dodgers didn't win 2 out of 3.
So, but lost 5 of 7.
Lost 5 of 7. It was a sad weekend.
LAFC tied.
And honestly, yesterday when we lost that game, the Lakers, it was like a dagger. Because I also thought, come on, man. We're going to miss out on a whole playoff run.
No, we're not. We're coming back. We're going to shock the world.
There you go.
And play for about another month and a half.
You've raised my spirits, John Ireland. You've raised my spirits.
5%ers unite!
Yeah. It is a Michelob Ultra Reaction Monday. We're talking Lakers, talking Kings. You can react with us all day long, including Lakers Talk tonight from 6 to 8 on 710 and live on YouTube. Michelob Ultra, a refreshing and balanced flavor with only 2.6 carbs, 95 calories. Michelob Ultra, only worth it if you enjoy it. Please enjoy responsibly. All right, so CBS Sunday Morning is a really... did you ever watch CBS Sunday Morning?
Never.
It's kind of cool. Nope. It's like a mellow vibe. It's nothing agitating, no edge to it. It's just kind of nice.
Kind of like KTLA 5 in the morning on the weekends?
Kind of like that, yeah. I love KTLA 5 on the weekends. They just... honestly, John, have you ever seen KTLA 5 on the weekends?
Never.
Okay. So they do this thing. I get up on Saturday morning, and I always go to the gym at 9. But 8:40, I stretch because everybody on the KTLA Morning News, they do a segment where they all stretch.
Good for them.
And I'm like, I'll just stretch out before I go.
Good.
You know, every newscast needs a stretch out. So anyways, there's CBS Sunday Morning, and Bill Belichick is on there, and his girlfriend is on there. And what is her name? Jordan...
Hudon, Hudon, I think.
She's 20.
Baby.
She's 24.
24.
And he's in his 70s.
He's in his 70s, 73.
Weird.
They should live in L.A.
Yeah, I'd fit right in.
Yeah.
Jordan Hudson.
Jordan Hudson. Is it regular
There you go.
Hudson?
Yes.
Okay.
So she has increasingly dominated Bill's life. She's got access to his email, or she wants to be CC'd on all his North Carolina football information emails. He has her at practice, and she's showing up and walking out onto the field during practice. So they sit down for this interview with CBS.
And by the way, she's the same age as most of the players.
Oh, that's right.
The players are all like 19, 20, 21. She's 24.
So here is Bill Belichick with Jordan sitting down for CBS Morning News on Sunday.
You have Jordan right over there. Everybody in the world seems to be following this relationship. They've got an opinion about your private life. It's got nothing to do with them, but they're invested in it. How do you deal with that?
Never been too worried about what everybody else thinks. Just try to do what I feel like is best for me and what's right.
How did you guys meet?
Not talking about this.
No?
No.
It's a topic neither one of them is comfortable commenting on, though Hudson has recently posted about it on Instagram.
You joined InstaFace, as you put it. I love that. There's some great pictures of you and Jordan, where you're a fisherman and she's a mermaid. It's charming. It's a different side of you. What's the reaction been like?
What's it been like?
To have these different sort of photos. There's another one where you're doing, I know you're not into meditation or yoga or Pilates. You're balancing Jordan on your feet, and she's doing kind of the Titanic pose.
Yeah, so I'm on some of those social media platforms, but I honestly don't follow them.
All right, this was the weirdest.
She's running his life.
This was the weirdest sports interview.
That is so odd.
I have seen in years. And the whole time I couldn't help but think he almost looks like he's in a cult.
He has her to run his life.
Yeah, but it was like he's almost like a replicant.
Under her sway.
Yeah, it's so weird. Like somebody tweeted, and I laughed when I saw it, but he goes, blink twice if you need help.
He's 73 years old with a 24-year-old beautiful woman.
So
he
what-
doesn't need help.
What?
You never know.
So that's a
never know.
49-year age difference?
That's a pretty
But don't you think he's yielded a lot of control over his life and his career to this
All right,
Jordan Hudson?
All of it. All
Mace,
of it.
am I being a hypocrite? Because what do I always say? You be you.
Yeah, no, true.
Anything you want to do. You want to go out and get a facelift, nose job, boob job. You want
sure.
a butt
Any-
implant.
any
I don't
job,
care.
any job, yeah.
You be you. Do whatever you want. Well, here's Bill Belichick.
Yep.
Doing whatever he wants, and now I'm accusing him of being in a cult.
Well-
so maybe I'm being a hypocrite here. I don't know. Am I?
No, because he does look like he's in a cult. I mean, I look at things in a real way, and this one is just them dating is fine. I get that, but it does seem like he's yielded control over his life to this 24-year-old Jordan Hudson.
Think about it from his perspective, though. Like, yes, 73 years old. He's looking at it like, do I want to live the rest of my life by myself and
Right.
doing just nothing and just
All right.
focusing on football, or having this beautiful woman with me all the time, helping me do some stuff and, get some stuff.
Answer this
in the
question
meantime.
the best way you can, but try and answer it honestly.
Okay.
I'm going to play Lisa Ireland for a second.
Okay.
Because if Lisa were here, this is what she would say. I get what's in it for him. What's in it for her? You think it's money?
Of course it's money.
Well, it's money and it's fame.
And now it seems like fame and power.
She's on all these emails.
So it's a
She's-
power grab.
Don't you? Well, I mean, look at her.
Well, she's great looking.
She's running that interview.
But I mean,
she's like putting the interviewer in his place. Now we're not talking about
right.
that. It's like,
but
who
I
are
mean,
you?
the interview.
I mean, you've seen her. She could date Leo
course she
DiCaprio.
could.
I mean, she's that good looking. But why is she with a 72-year-old guy?
Money is the reason, right?
Wow.
Yep, for everything. And she's also going on all these interviews. She's being put into the public eye. It's just another way to that.
And I think she likes it. I think she likes
100%.
it. Yeah, she's enjoing
It's an
herself.
astounding story, isn't it? Just to
It's
watch
so
it
weird.
unfold.
And then
Maybe
the
he's
fact,
great in bed.
the fact,
I didn't see us going there,
yeah,
but
I
why
didn't.
not?
Look at
Laura, you're the
It
only
could
girl.
be.
You're the only girl on this show. He's 73 and she's 24.
It's gross.
Right.
In
But
what
what's
way?
in it for her? What's your opinion of that?
Unfortunately, I agree with the men in the room here. It's money, it's power, she's seen. He has a status that she wants, and she's using it. I don't know if he is or not great in bed. He might shock us all.
Okay.
And he might, you know what I mean? He might be. But let's be real. He's
He could be.
70
Can't be
something
that
years-
good.
I mean, there's stuff that helps him, I'm sure. But if you're 24.
You're taking it further, which I love, by the way. Thank you.
She's 24 years old. She is a beautiful woman. Again, I'm not knocking him out of anything. He could completely be the perfect person for her. But if you're 24, I have a 24-year-old nephew.
Right.
Okay, he's been with this girlfriend for 6 years. They make a cute little couple. I do not.
Is the girlfriend in her 70s?
No, it's just. I mean, I'm 36. I wouldn't even be with the 70-something-year-old.
By the way, you rarely see the reverse of this. You rarely see a 24-year-old man with a 73-year-old woman.
Even when that is happening, it's like not as like. Do you know who John Corbett is?
Yeah, he's the guy from Northern Exposure,
Right.
And
Sex
in the City, right?
Greg, you know who that is?
I do not know.
Yeah.
He's
John Corbett?
Did you see My Big Fat Greek Wedding?
Yes.
Yeah,
He's the
that's
guy
him.
that played her
that
husband.
guy. Yeah, I know that guy.
You know, great actor, good guy. Do you know who he lives with?
No,
Bo Derek.
really?
Yeah.
Well, but he's a little bit old. He's 63. How
yeah,
old is
but
Bo Derek?
I don't know. Look it up. But
Bo
that's,
Derek is 68.
So that's 5 years.
Yeah.
By the way, we're not. I mean, Lon's 10 years younger than me, and Lisa's
6 years younger than me.
But those are normal. I think those are normal spreads.
Yeah, that's not bad. Like I
This
know
is
people,
like many generations removed.
Like, what do they talk? Like, let's be real.
Yeah, what do they
talk about?
Yeah.
She's 24. Did you see that TikTok?
They-
Oh yeah, baby
they
girl, I
probably
saw
know-
that TikTok.
They probably talk football.
Oh yeah,
Right?
sure.
Well, it could be, but also I'll tell you this: whatever she wants to talk about,
Yeah.
he is going to talk
Great.
as they're doing the yoga stuff. He will talk about whatever she wants.
Do you think he brings her on recruiting trips?
Yes, 100%. If
100%.
she's in on emails, she's on recruiting trips, which
So
is great for the
that
guy.
is, if she walks into your house and you're like, "Hey, if you come to North Carolina, all the girls look like me," that's a feather in Belichick's cap,
I suppose.
It is so weird though.
Yeah,
especially when she goes, "We're not talking about that." And by the way, if the question was, "Do you guys sleep in the same room?" and she jumped up and said, "We're not talking about that," I would understand.
I would
it.
understand
the
that.
The question was,
how'd you meet?
How did you meet? Ooh. I mean, you can make something up.
You're allowing speculation.
The only thing that comes out of this is maybe they didn't just meet on a plane, and she didn't want the real story to come out. Maybe
part.
that's why she jumped in.
But by doing what she did, she made it a bigger story.
Right, true.
The clip we just played is the one everyone's playing today. Had Bill just answered the question, all right, even if he just said, well, the first time we ever met, we were on a plane, and our friendship became more, and, now we're together.
Sure.
No story.
No.
That's
But
what
now
everyone-
it's a story.
But now everyone's speculating like you just did.
Yeah.
Like, I wonder if there's something more to this.
Yeah, maybe Probably they didn't is. Meet on a plane.
And people like Laura and her girlfriends are all going, "What the hell? What is happening here?" They turned it into a bigger story she turned it into a bigger story by interjecting herself into it.
Right. Laura, to your point, when I was in my probably late 30s, I dated a guy in his early 20s. And
That's not too bad.
But there was a point
Still,
where
15, 20 years.
we were in bed and I'm reading a book about Nixon's last days and Watergate. He's playing a Game Boy. And I thought, all right, there's nothing here. Like, what are we
No
even going to talk
substance,
about?
right?
What can we talk about?
There's no
You're playing
substance.
video games. I'm reading heavy political stuff. These two things don't go together.
Maybe you can turn him on to political stuff, and he can turn you
all
on to video
in the
turn it on
past now.
something.
All in the past
You
now.
and Juan are solid.
Exactly. Coming up next for you, we are going to do some What's Up, Fool. It is the day we return from a weekend where the Lakers lose 2. They're now down 3-1 to Minnesota. Kings even.
Got him right where we want him, Mace.
Kings even with Edmonton, 2 games apiece. And the Dodgers home tonight to the Miami Marlins. All that's on tap, along with What's Up, Fool next. Mason in Ireland, 710 ESPN.
What's up, fool? Sedano and Cap.
Today at 3 p.m. after Mason and Ireland.
Bergie, there's a part where I'm walking and I'm standing with Clinton and I see you walking in the background. I'm like, oh my God, did I screw over Bergie in some way?
I am not worried about that.
Yeah,
in the
I don't think
slightest.
anyone's taking the Cappy Lappy that serious.
I do like the Cappy Lappy though. We've done it a few times. you
Yeah,
and I.
the virality is going crazy. Yeah, it needs it needs a song, George.
That's what the song should be.
Yeah.
No, it's the Laffy
Like
Taffy.
Laffy Taffy,
But somebody
yeah.
should call it. We should do like a parody version. Call it the Cappy Lappy. The Cappy Lappy.
Yeah, you know what else it needs? It needs a partner in it.
Hold on. Play the song. Play Laffy Taffy for Cappy.
The
You don't
clean
know the song?
version.
Yeah, the clean
Please,
version.
Please, the clean version.
Wait, you don't know it, Cap?
Let me hear it. Oh, yeah.
The Cappy Lappy. Oh, the Cappy Lappy.
Yeah.
Cappy Lappy.
See, we can do that.
The LA Afternoon Takeover. That's Sedano and Cap.
On 710 ESPN.
Don't navigate the legal system alone. Hey, it's Travis. At the personal injury law offices of Joseph S. Normand, they will fight tirelessly to get you the max compensation you deserve. Joe and his team understand the emotional and financial toll that an injury can take on you and your life. Call 213-747-2000 or visit normandlegal.com. The law offices of Joseph S. Normand have helped thousands of people like you recover millions of dollars in settlements and verdicts. Visit normandlegal.com or call 213-747-2000. Your recovery is their priority.
All right, listen up. Whether you're out for a walk, hitting the gym, or just tackling your day, in this LA heat, chafing is no joke. Take my word for it. That's why you need Highlands Chafing Relief. This stuff is a game changer. Goes on like a cream, dries like a powder, and stays put even through sweat and water. No greasy mess, just all-day protection. If you've already got some chafing, Highlands soothes it fast with aloe, shea butter, and tea tree oil. Don't let chafing slow you down. Grab Highlands Chafing Relief at Walmart or Target right now.
Ready to win some real cash during the basketball playoffs? Check out Pick 6 from DraftKings. When it comes to basketball payouts, DraftKings Pick 6 posterizes the competition, including prize picks. Get all your picks and score higher minimum payouts on Pick 6 Plus. Even more cash if you outscore the competition. Download the DraftKings Pick 6 app now and use code FNH. That's code FNH. For new customers to play $5, get $50 in Pick 6 credits. Better payouts, bigger wins, only with Pick 6 from DraftKings. The crown is yours. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Help is available for problem gambling. Call 888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org in Connecticut. Must be 18 and over. Age and eligibility restrictions vary by jurisdiction. Pick 6 not available everywhere, including New York and Ontario. Void where prohibited. One per new customer. Bonus awarded as non-withdrawable Pick 6 credits that expire in 14 days. Limited time offer. See terms at pick6.draftkings.com/promos.
Mason, Ireland, on 710 ESPN.
Shohei Ohtani and I have something in common.
No, you don't.
Yes, we do.
I don't believe it.
We do.
Does he call in sick a lot?
No.
Okay.
Right now, more of Mason and Ireland on 710.
What's Up, Fool is brought to you by Dos Hombres Mezcal. It's fate. It's friendship. It's mezcal. Dos Hombres.
All right, guys, let me take it away here.
Cool.
And Brian, feel better.
Yeah,
Go home
Brian had to check out. Hope he feels better.
We have DeAndre, though.
Thank you for coming in.
All right,
Much
guys.
appreciated.
I am going to start off the bat. As you guys know, I love national days here, and it's National Superhero Day. I want to know, who is your favorite superhero?
God,
And
here
Greg,
we
I'm
go.
starting with you.
Here we go.
It's Deadpool. Deadpool's the best.
Deadpool's
superhero.
the funniest.
That's a good
the
one.
funniest, the best. Everything about him is. Those are the best movies. I love that he breaks the fourth wall and he talks through to the actual audience, even in the comics. It's just to me the best superhero.
What are we talking about here? The best superhero. The answer is always Superman. He's got.
They just haven't made good
he's so
Superman
dull.
movies since the late 70s.
He can fly. He can run at the speed of light. He has the strength of 10 men. Who is taken out? What other superhero is taken out?
little green
Superman.
gem.
A little green gem. He's just a little bit of kryptonite, and the guy's like,
He's
done.
can't do anything.
He's
Loses
done
everything.
for.
He's
Right.
over.
So you guys will listen. I am a huge Batman guy.
He's
Go ahead.
not a
He
Superman.
is a superhero. Damn it.
He's
He
not
is.
a superhero.
He's just got a cool tool.
No, he's got
has a lot of money.
He's got great
What
inventions,
superpower does he
lots of
have?
money, super cars,
Super rich.
planes,
Right.
super
But what
rich. What else?
superpower does he have? Superman has
Technology.
DeAndre.
His intelligence to create different things and stuff like that kind of makes him a superhero. Would you consider Iron Man a superhero? Because
No.
he has a lot of money.
That's a good
but
point.
He has
No.
a lot of money.
Iron
and
Man,
He has a
Iron
suit.
Man is not. He
No,
has a super
come
suit.
on.
Yeah,
no,
He has a
no,
super
stop.
suit.
I'm with Greg. You have to have a superpower to be a superhero.
Even if you have the intelligence to create a super suit the way Tony Stark did, or the way Batman does.
Correct.
You can shoot Batman, the bullet will not go through.
Right. Did he invent that or did Albert?
I think he invented that. I think he invented all
I
that.
thought it was
Albert is
Albert.
a big part of all of that.
Yeah, I was like,
They
wait, I
had
thought it was
another
Albert.
guy, too, that
Albert's
was helping
aging,
it.
though. He doesn't
So?
They
invent
say
like
they
he
say
used to
that
invent.
Batman is the world's greatest detective, and his
Is it Alfred or
mind
Albert?
is-
I thought it was Alfred.
Alfred.
Isn't it Alfred?
Oh, what did I say? Albert.
Albert.
Yeah, Alfred.
We all went with it, John.
Yeah, no, we were
You
in
knew
with
what I
it.
was talking about.
All right, D, what's your favorite superhero?
I was gonna go with Batman as well. Honestly, just 'cause
Yeah.
he's just smart, he's intelligent. Obviously, has a lot of money, but his ability to create different, has different inventions and stuff like that, and be able to defeat, the villains out there in Gotham.
He's got a car that turns into a motorcycle that turns into a helicopter. Come on. Who created that?
Yeah.
Is Steve Jobs a superhero?
No.
Yeah,
He
don't
didn't
know.
fly
So
around
either
and
is
do
Bruce
anything.
Wayne.
Even though Steve,
Well,
if
he's
Steve
just a smart.
Jobs,
He's a smart
if
billionaire
Steve
that
Jobs
created
would
all
have
these
invented
Apple products.
stuff that would let him fly, we'd say yes. But
He invented the iPhone.
Yeah, but he doesn't
Changed
fly.
everything.
He's not battled crime.
No, Batman doesn't fly.
Batman can
Kind
throw
of.
that thing
A
up
little
there and
bit.
then
He
flies.
glides. He
He
glides.
He glides. He jumps off a building.
He cannot fly without assistance like Superman
Correct.
can.
If Steve Jobs created a suit to glide in,
Yeah. Okay.
then he'd be the same guy.
Agree to disagree.
Underrated superhero Wonder Woman.
No.
Oh, that's a great one.
Superhero.
Okay,
Absolutely a
most
superhero.
underrated superhero. That's a good question.
The Flash.
No, that one.
He can run at the speed of light.
What's that, fool? That's when we go next. It's like, no.
No, you don't want to get that nerdy.
I can, but no. All right, guys. So we talked about, actually, Mace, you brought this up about shark attacks, right?
Yeah.
And how they were on the rise because of influencers. I do not know if this lady is an influencer or not, but an Australian man saved a woman who was being attacked by a shark. And he said, I just had to jump in. The fight or flight kicks in, and I just made the decision. Sure, there could be a shark that can take me, but my reaction was, I just can't. I have to save this woman. So my question to you guys is, what is the chance that if you see somebody getting attacked by a shark that you're like, I'm running in, and you're like, nah, man, I'm calling for help?
Well, wait, it depends who it is. So if it's like Jack,
It's a stranger.
if it's-
Stranger.
Oh, stranger,
Oh,
I'm
stranger.
not going
Stranger.
in.
Stranger.
Jack or Lisa, I'm going in.
Yep.
Stranger, I'll throw him a life from.
Yeah, I'll throw him a life for
Hey, let me help you out there.
you
You want me
here.
to call somebody? Yeah, I can call.
Wow.
Or maybe throw a burger out there to distract
A
him.
burger?
Something like that. There's no way in hell I'm going into that water. I mean, God bless you. I hope everything
Yeah,
comes
not
out
for
okay.
a stranger. For someone in my
Yeah.
family, yes. For a stranger, hey,
Would you do it for Mace?
yeah.
Yeah,
No?
I'd do it for Ireland.
Yeah.
That's
Do it for Greg?
That's not a stranger.
Yeah, not a stranger.
That's a really good
It's
question.
true.
Would you do
Your
it for
question
me?
is
Ireland?
about
Yeah, would you do it for Greg?
Yeah. Yeah, I wouldn't just let you die. I gotta live with myself.
I'd probably do it for you.
Probably.
If for family, absolutely. For someone else, I want to tell myself that I would, but I would just.
Yeah, I
wouldn't
don't know.
do it.
By the
don't
way,
think I
Australia
would.
has the most shark attacks of any country. There are so many shark attacks in Australia, and they're all great whites, and that's why they put up those nets, and then sometimes they get around the nets, and they're going after swimmers. Australia, I would not swim, period. Too many sharks.
I've never been, but I want to go.
Yep.
All right, let me hit this. What's that, fool? All right, guys. So back in March, there was a fake Golden Girls poster making the rounds, and Tina Fey addressed the viral poster and said, I like that this was fooling people. Like, why would you ever take a picture where Amy and Lisa Kudrow are in costume? But we're not. We fooled. You guys got fooled. You might be a boomer, and if you're Gen X and this fooled you, go to the hospital. But my question was, would you guys be open to watching this Golden Girls revival with Tina Fey and Lisa Kudrow and a few other actors?
I would watch anything with Tina Fey and Amy Poehler. Anything.
And Lisa Kudrow.
Right.
That
And
is
Maya Rudolph, too.
And Maya
Yeah.
Rudolph.
Oh, God,
Oh,
yeah.
my God.
Oh,
I'm so in on
in.
that. So they're just
Yeah.
remaking Golden Girls?
No, it was fake, so it's
Oh.
not happening. So
Oh,
she
God, I would
she
so
was
sign up
saying
for that.
she was saying that if you got fooled, you're a boomer, and if you're Gen X, go to the hospital. She was like, but I would love to see this.
Oh, me
actually,
too.
the
Me
cast
too.
was amazing.
If Tina Fey is writing it, it's going to be good. So that would be a great show.
Okay, here's a question. Who is the youngest Golden Girl?
It was the oldest one in the.
The
right?
oldest one
Yeah.
in the
Estelle
show.
Getty
Estelle
was the
Getty was the
youngest.
youngest. Yeah. Yeah. I think all the Golden Girls are gone now.
I
Betty White,
don't
I think, was the
know,
last Golden
but
Girl.
I will not kill anybody because
I think she was the last Golden
I
Girl.
believe they're all gone.
Yeah, but I know Betty almost made it to 100.
Yeah, she's great. There's a great documentary about her. She's an amazing career. Amazing career.
What's that, fool? All right, guys. So I saw this. I'm a huge. We talked about this earlier last week, where I love to hold books. I am someone who likes the physical book. I also love vinyl. And in New York, there was a VHS cassette and like retro event going on because people are saying that they're tired of streaming services and they want VHS, cassettes, CDs, and DVDs to make a comeback. Do you guys really see this happening where
Yeah, that's totally idiotic.
people
That's
are paying
just
good
absolutely
money
idiotic
for these things?
VHS tapes. Are you kidding me? I don't even have a VCR anymore.
Like, where would you see this?
You know,
A
I
CD
do
player?
have a VCR, but I have no idea if it works. And the last time I actually physically put a tape in it was probably 10 years ago.
Yeah.
It's also not good quality.
DVD player?
No.
Do you own a DVD player?
No.
Anybody own a CD player?
No.
I can put DVDs into my PS4, and that works.
I don't understand the vinyl concept at all because
I love vinyl.
If you name a song, I can have it playing within 10 seconds. if you want to hear the song, you have to go to your catalog and search which album, and then pull the album out, and then search which cut. And I mean, that's just a hassle. I can just press a button and get the song.
Look. I have where my.
How many vinyl records do you own?
Probably like 70.
70?
Yeah.
It's a lot more than I thought.
That's a lot of vinyl.
See, that's a vibe. Like, you have to do the whole thing. You get a little bit of
It's
that.
a vibe.
Because the sound is a little bit different, too. But when it comes to a CD, you're just popping it into a player. That's not actually doing anything. You're not getting some kind of extra quality.
Yeah, and by the way,
difference.
VHS tape is not as good as digital quality. It's like, why do you want to watch inferior quality of a movie?
No, I agree. But for me, the vinyl portion of this is just, I want a vibe. Like, if I'm playing my vinyl, it's a vibe. But I can also hook it up to Bluetooth where I'm like, all right, Apple Music, do your deal.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it just depends what kind of vibe you're going for.
Okay.
But I'm not doing the VHS, man. I need a VHS, a DVD player, and I don't know what else. No, I'm good.
I've not used a VHS tape in forever.
What's up, Foo? All right, so I found out what a labubu is.
A labubu?
A labubu.
I don't know what that is.
Okay, that was my first question. Do you guys know what a labubu is?
Labubu.
Okay, obviously nobody.
LeBron's-
No, it's not.
You got an ouchie?
No. DeAndre, you're the youngest one in
it's
here.
when Rudy Gobert gets an ouchie.
Oh, God.
It's
Or Tyler
labubu.
Glass now? No? Tyler Glass now?
Tyler Glass now. That's a good one.
All right, so it's a little toothy little monster that you can put on your purse.
Oh,
And
I know these
apparently they're like, people are going crazy for them. They freaked me out the first time I saw them on my friend's little girl's backpack. And she goes, oh my God, you have a labubu. And I was like, what the bleep is a labubu? So these little fashion crazes are going around. And I wanted to know what was the craze that was going around when you were young? Because I remember for us, it was the Cabbage Patch dolls. We wanted a Cabbage Patch doll.
Huge. Cabbage Patch dolls were huge back in the day. There are a couple of great documentaries about the origin of the Cabbage Patch doll and how it all came about.
When my son was young, like below the age of 5, the thing that I had trouble getting and never did get was a Tickle Me Elmo doll.
Oh.
That was like all the raves.
I love Elmo.
I'm
Stretch
trying to
Armstrong. Did you ever have the Stretch Armstrong where you could pull it as far as you possibly can? Yeah, we had.
That's
that was
good.
That was a thing.
Silly String was fantastic. We had so much fun with that. My mom
Silly Putty?
loved Silly String. Silly Putty was really fun.
You put it on the newspaper and you get the comic.
Correct.
Off of it.
Were you around
Yeah,
for
Silly
the
Putty.
Pet Rock?
No.
People would actually just buy a rock as a pet.
The gadget thing, the Neopets or whatever, like the little. Oh my God! It was like a digital
Tamagotchis.
Yes,
The
that
Tamagotchis
that
and
was like a
Furbies,
thing.
Those were the two things that were really
And
big.
now what
they were
is-
so annoying?
Oh, the Furbies. I
What is
remember
this
that.
Their eyes
boo-boo
was like
thing?
So there are these things. They come in packages, and like they're
Little dolls.
and each one is different too. You don't know what you're gonna get. They're a surprise. When you open it up, and it's you just put it on your purse.
So
and
it's
different
described
things that
as
kids are
a.
doing.
Sorry, Greg. It's described as a small, toothy, and often described as slightly creepy plush doll called Labubu. And it's become the craze. They're like Labubu pop-ups.
What is it, like kids?
No, adults like
grown-ups
going.
are doing
Yeah,
this?
they're also doing. I don't get
Seriously,
it.
They need to grow up.
I don't get it. They're ugly.
Yeah,
but it reminded me of
they're
the
like
Cabbage
little
Patch
trolls.
dolls. They are like
Oh,
little
troll dolls.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Trolls were a big thing, yeah. All right, there you have it. There's your
Put it on
What's Up,
top of your
Fool.
pencil.
Coming up next for you, do you believe in the power of prayer? One guy just got drafted, and he does. And is the Shadeur Sanders draft disaster a bad look for the NFL? We'll do it coming up next. Mason and Ireland, 710 ESPN.
The most followed sports radio station in the world.
In the world. That's right. In the world.
710 ESPN.
You know it. Yeah. Tell your friends.
At ESPN Los Angeles on Instagram, Facebook, X, YouTube, TikTok, and Twitch.
We're naturally entertaining.
Yes.
LA's mega sports station. 710 ESPN.
When pain keeps you from doing what you love, Hoag Orthopedic Institute gets you back to you. We are ranked number 18 in the nation and number 1 in Orange County for orthopedic and spine care by U.S. News and World Report. From the surf to the green, our world-class doctors are there, which is why more Californians choose Hoag Orthopedic Institute for orthopedic and spine care more than any other hospital. At Hoag Orthopedic Institute, there is no one better at getting you back to you. Proudly founded by premier physicians in partnership with Hoag. Learn more at HoagOrthopedicInstitute.com.
Hey, Southern California, I'm Ty Pennington, the home guy. Teaming up with Pechanga Resort Casino to give away a brand new house. Imagine yourself in a 4-bedroom, 3-bathroom home in incredible Temecula, California. All you need to do is play your favorite slots or table games at Pechanga Resort Casino. The more you play, the more entries you earn. Visit Pechanga.com or call 888-PECHANGA for complete details on Home Sweet Win.
Rules and conditions apply. Go to Pechanga.com for more details. Playoff hockey is back, Kings fans. Now is your chance to secure your seats to see the LA Kings in Round 1 of the Stanley Cup playoffs at Crypto.com Arena. Don't miss out. Get your tickets today at lakings.com/playoffs.
Good Karma Brands is proud to be an equal opportunity employer. Our policy is to provide equal opportunity employment, development, and advancement to all current and potential teammates. If you are an organization that maintains a job bank, provides employment information, or gives job referrals, you may request to be placed on the station's mailing list for future career opportunities. To learn more about careers at Good Karma Brands, please email careers@goodkarmabrands.com.
It's the Travis and DeMarco Show.
Every weekday morning at 9 a.m.
If someone is telling you something, good, bad, or anywhere in between, they care about you. They care about what's happening to you. You're going to be a part of what they're going to do moving forward. The second they're like, "No, man, you're fine," and they just disengage,
Why is he on my ass all the time?
Because he cares. Because he wants you to play better.
It's Trav and D-Far. Back tomorrow after Clinton and Friends.
On LA's mega sports station, 710 ESPN. 710 ESPN, your home for the 17-time world champion Lakers.
KSPN Los Angeles, a Good Karma Brands radio station.
Hi, this is Matthew Stafford of your Los Angeles Rams. This is Mason in Ireland on your home of Rams football, 710 ESPN.
Hi, it is a Michelob Reaction Monday, reacting to everything that happened over the weekend, including the Lakers falling down 3-1, their series with Minnesota. Kings now even in their series with Edmonton, 2-2. And don't forget, Lakers Talk tonight from 6 to 8 p.m. on 710 and live on YouTube. Michelob Ultra, a refreshing and balanced flavor with only 2.6 carbs, 95 calories. Michelob Ultra, only worth it if you enjoy it. Please enjoy responsibly. Reggie Bush is going to join us here in a couple of minutes. If you're on the YouTube, he's going to be on camera, right, Laura?
Yes, he is.
Excellent. So we will have Reggie live on YouTube and on the show. In the meantime, John, did you ever get down on your knees at night and say a prayer?
When I was a kid, yeah.
When you were a kid.
Like my mom would make you
You
go.
are so immature.
Oh my God, I'm
You are
sorry.
so
I could not
immature.
stop
You're all so
laughing.
immature.
Laura looked
You
at me.
guys
We
are
had
all
the
a
exact
joke.
Right? That's where your heads
You
went.
guys are all a joke
Yeah.
for thinking that, for even thinking it.
DeAndre, did you think that too?
You guys
For a
are
second.
perverts.
Yes.
Just right down the line here.
Something's
Like
wrong
center
with
field
you.
to catcher.
Something's
We were all thinking
wrong
the
with
same
you.
A lot of
thing.
things are wrong
My
with them.
God.
Yes, mates, I did used to. Now I lay me down to sleep and
You did
the prayer.
Okay,
yeah.
you did the prayer. Greg,
No.
did you ever pray?
No,
Anybody ever pray?
I did.
Laura, did
Yes.
you pray?
Yes.
DeAndre?
Yes.
You did the whole kneel down at the. So it's funny. I came across this story about a guy named Will Campbell.
No, he got taken pretty high.
Got taken pretty high from
By the
LSU.
Patriots, right?
By the Patriots. And he recalled this about growing up. He said, whenever I was little, my mom would come in every night on one side of my bed and my dad on the other, and she would say the Lord's Prayer for both of us. At the end of the prayer, she would let us chime in with what we wanted to pray for, and I would always say, please let me play football at LSU and in the NFL. Power of prayer.
I think it had a lot to do with his hard work also.
Well, sure,
Yeah.
yeah. But I mean, it's determination, it's belief, it's all that stuff. I never did do the whole Lord's.
No.
Lord is my shepherd.
Do you believe
stuff.
in the power of prayer?
I absolutely believe in the power of
Yeah, I
prayer.
do too.
Yeah, there have been studies that show that a group, if somebody's sick and they're prayed for, they heal at a better rate than somebody who's not. So I definitely believe it. So Shadeur Sanders was the talk of the weekend. He finally was drafted in the 5th round by the Cleveland Browns. We all thought he was going to be drafted by the Cleveland Browns right at the top of the 2nd round,
Right.
and it
We were
didn't
betting,
happen.
is he going to go before or after the 11th pick?
Yeah.
We were a little off there.
Yeah.
So
About 120 picks later?
So Stephen A. Smith said this. This is a bad look for the NFL. This feels like Kaepernick-level collusion. That's it. Is that the end of his quote?
He said some other
Kaepernick collusion.
stuff,
All
but-
the hard work the NFL league office did to eradicate these kinds of perceptions, only to turn around and watch as owners look like they're colluding, messing up everything. What has been done to Shadeur will outshine everything else in the draft. We'll never believe this is about just talent evaluation again.
Because it's not
It's
just
not.
about talent evaluation. That's the thing that Stephen A is missing. If you are an elite player, like really, really good, like last year, Caleb Williams didn't work out for anybody.
Yeah,
He
yeah.
didn't go to the Senior Bowl
No.
or do any of that stuff. He worked.
I see what you're saying. Yeah, yeah.
He
no,
interviewed
didn't.
with one team,
right?
The Bears. He told everybody else to go pound sand, but because he's Caleb Williams and he had elite level talent, he got away with it.
Right.
Shadeur almost seemed to say, "Hey, I don't need your dog and pony show. Look at the tape."
Right.
And so they all looked at the tape, and it wasn't that good.
Yeah.
I don't think.
But on top of that, it was the pre-draft stuff. I mean, how many different sources need to come out and say he was terrible in his interview process? And he even acknowledged that after he says, I could have handled it better. He apparently handled it terribly. And by the way,
one example was apparently he was in a meeting with the Giants.
Yep.
And the Giants interviewed him several times because they had a top pick. The Giants ended up taking Jackson Dart.
Yep.
And Brian Daboll apparently really liked Jackson Dart. But
Right.
in the Shadeur interview, now picture yourself in a job interview.
Okay.
Greg, you host some of these now because you hire people. Guys in your office, you're talking to him. Maybe Sam's in there with you or Morales or somebody, and the guy gets a FaceTime call. Not only does he take it, but he takes it and has a full conversation and puts you guys on hold. I mean, that's just bad etiquette.
Wherever this is from, I'm sure it's over Zoom or Teams or
Right.
whatever. I'm immediately hanging up. There's at no point do I want to be a part of that interview anymore.
So we're doing a job interview, and I say, hang on, I'm taking another call.
I got to pick a name on the
Say,
other line.
okay, that's
Yeah.
fine. You can try and reschedule this, but I'm going to go now.
Right, right.
That's the end of it.
Yeah, I mean, honestly,
but this can't be all. This can't all be about this.
Sure it can. It can be all about this.
You think he moved from the 1st round to the 5th round because he was bad in interviews?
Yeah, well,
doesn't matter. We always talk about so much about how talent and what you can do on the field makes a
but
difference.
I think also, think about this. So if you're not going to start Shadeur Sanders, and obviously the Browns are not, you're going to deal with Shadeur Sanders being a backup quarterback to whoever your incumbent quarterback is going to be. And when your incumbent quarterback struggles to some degree, who is going to be vocal about Shadeur being back in there? It's going to be Dion, who's got an enormous megaphone, and it's going to stir up a Hollywood-style debate and controversy.
Okay, so if you're the Cleveland Browns, why did you make him
It's
your
a good
4th
question.
quarterback?
I have no idea why.
Why even draft him?
Yeah,
there
I
at
have
that
no.
point,
Why
then?
would
To be a
Cleveland
4th
draft
guy?
him? They drafted Dylan Gabriel in the 3rd round. I assumed to be their franchise quarterback moving forward, or at least a quarterback in play. Then to take Shadeur afterwards feels just odd to me. Why would you draft Shadeur if you're the Cleveland Browns?
I don't think the Browns know what they're doing. I
No.
think that they consistently wet the bed when it comes to major decisions like this. They did it with Deshaun Watson. They did it with Johnny Manziel. If you study the history of quarterbacks for the Browns, they're terrible at this. Having said that, you just said something that I actually don't agree with.
Okay.
I wouldn't be shocked if Shadeur started a game for the Browns this year because the Browns are going to be good. They have good defense. Kevin Stefanski's a good play caller. He could beat out Joe
Although,
Flacco.
think about
he
it.
could beat out who's the other kid they drafted?
Dylan
Gabriel. He could beat those guys out.
Yeah, although
I mean, the price point went way down by being a 5th round pick.
why did everybody pass on him 5 times?
I think
4 times.
I think it's because they looked at him as more trouble than he's worth.
Right, and why is that not the case in Cleveland?
Because Cleveland is a clown show and everybody's trouble. So if they're just, I think that if he excels in practice and he outplays Gabriel and he outplays Flacco, that they could throw him in there. You guys don't think that he could start a game next year? At least one?
I think they could start Dylan Gabriel. He could struggle. Deion Sanders comes out and goes on all the shows and says, my kid should be playing. Then there's pressure in Cleveland. Fans
By the way, what
demand
you
it,
just
and then-
described is why a lot of teams passed him.
Correct. This is exactly the dynamic that people didn't
everybody
want.
said Colin Kaepernick was being blackballed. A better comparison would have been Tim Tebow. Remember when Tim Tebow was brought in as a backup by the Patriots, and after the first practice, there were 200 cameras around Tebow, and nobody wanted to talk to anybody else? No team wants that. They don't want that distraction, unless, Greg, it's for an elite player, and he's not that.
Right. But to your point about can he start a game, I mean, Joe Flacco is showing signs of life again all of a sudden. But there's no chance that he's going to be that guy again at this point. He's not going to be amazing Joe Flacco moving forward. So starting a game, 100% he can.
Yeah, I mean, I think if he was more talented, if his evaluation showed, and by the way, how did we all miss it? Like, how did everybody in the media miss?
Okay, so think about what the media was not privy to. Okay,
right.
The pre-interview process.
Although I read quotes last week from people, it was out there. I mean, I read worst interview of all time, all that kind of stuff.
If any of that stuff was true, and I'm not saying all of it was, but if any of that stuff was true, and I'm a Shadeur fan, I'm rooting
You
for
just
the
pointed
kid.
out he took a FaceTime call during an interview.
If, for example, if that's true, you can only get away with that if you're great.
Really talented, yeah.
If you're super talented. One of the reasons everyone's freaking out about Luka getting traded, everybody in Dallas, is they all thought whatever it is Luka's doing, his talent allows him to get away with that. He's that good. He's that talented.
Right.
And Nico didn't want to put up with it, so he shipped him out. But since he's been here, since Luka's been here, he's been a model citizen.
Right.
He's been great.
You know, so it to me, Nico lost sight of the big picture. What people determine with Shadeur is he doesn't have Luka's level of talent.
Correct.
People
would put up with a lot if you're uber talented.
Right. But if you're not, why would you want all that baggage?
Right.
And so that's why he dropped. But having said all that, I'm rooting for the kid.
Yeah.
I want him to do well.
I hope he does well. But I also, to Stephen A's point, don't think this is collusion. I just think everybody reached the same conclusion about his skills and his pre-interview work and all that stuff. He probably landed. And
by the way, the racist stuff makes zero sense to me. The first pick in the draft was Ward.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, I mean, Jalen Milroe went before Shadeur.
It ain't that. It ain't that.
Yeah, DeMarco said earlier there's other strong black men that went ahead of him.
Right.
Yeah, right.
I don't get the race element.
All right. Coming up next for you, Reggie Bush is going to join us. If you're on YouTube, he will be on camera too. So Reggie's coming up next. Mason, Ireland, 710 ESPN.
Sedano and Cap.
Today at 3 p.m. after Mason and Ireland.
Bergie, there's a part where I'm walking and I'm standing with Clinton and I see you walking in the background. I'm like, oh my God, did I screw over Bergie in some way?
I am not worried about that.
Yeah,
in the
I don't think
slightest.
anyone's taking the Cappy Lappy that serious.
I do like the Cappy Lappy though. We've done it a few times.
Yeah, the virality is going crazy. Yeah, it needs a song, George.
That's what the song should be.
Yeah.
No, it's the Laffy
like
Taffy.
Laffy Taffy,
But somebody
yeah.
should call it. We should do like a parody version. Call it the Cappy Lappy. The Cappy Lappy.
Yeah, you know what else it needs? It needs a partner now.
Hold on. Play the song. Play Laffy Taffy for Cappy.
The clean version.
Yeah, the clean version.
Please, the clean version.
Wait, you don't know it, Cap?
Let me hear it. Oh, yeah.
The Cappy Lappy. The Cappy Lappy.
Yeah.
Cappy Lappy.
See, we can do that.
The LA Afternoon Takeover. That's Sedano and Cap.
On 710 ESPN.
Hey guys, it's Cap. Here's the scenario. Your home is flooded and the damage is severe. Now it feels like your insurance company is turning on you. They won't approve a replacement living arrangement and the adjuster leaves you in the lurch. Take a breath and call Avner Gatt, one of Southern California's largest public adjuster firms. Avner Gatt knows how to fight back when your insurance company makes you feel like a criminal, leaving you with no hope of getting into your home and getting it all back together. With decades of experience and a passion for helping people, Avner and his family take the call themselves. So whether you have a toilet overflow, a broken water line, a burst supply line, a broken fire sprinkler, whatever the water damage is, you call Avner Gat today at 818-917-5256, or you go to avnergat.com. It's 818-917-5256 or avnergat.com. You call, Avner answers, he says hello. Your claim is our game. avnergat.com.
All right, listen up. Whether you're out for a walk, hitting the gym, or just tackling your day, in this LA heat, chafing is no joke. Take my word for it. That's why you need Highlands Chafing Relief. This stuff is a game changer. Goes on like a cream, dries like a powder, and stays put even through sweat and water. No greasy mess, just all-day protection. If you've already got some chafing, Highlands soothes it fast with aloe, shea butter, and tea tree oil. Don't let chafing slow you down. Grab Highlands Chafing Relief at Walmart or Target right now.
Ready to win some real cash during the basketball playoffs? Check out Pick 6 from DraftKings. When it comes to basketball payouts, DraftKings Pick 6 posterizes the competition, including prize picks. Hit all your picks and score higher minimum payouts on Pick 6 Plus. Even more cash if you outscore the competition. Download the DraftKings Pick 6 app now and use code FNH. That's code FNH. For new customers to play $5, get $50 in Pick 6 credits. Better payouts, bigger wins, only with Pick 6 from DraftKings. The crown is yours. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Help is available for problem gambling. Call 888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org in Connecticut. Must be 18 and over. Age and eligibility restrictions vary by jurisdiction. Pick 6 not available everywhere, including New York and Ontario. Void where prohibited. One per new customer. Bonus awarded as non-withdrawable Pick 6 credits that expire in 14 days. Limited time offer. See terms at pick6.draftkings.com/promos.
The most followed sports radio station in the world.
In the world. That's right. In the world.
710 ESPN.
You know it. Yeah. Tell your friends.
At ESPN Los Angeles on Instagram, Facebook, X, YouTube, TikTok, and Twitch.
We're naturally entertaining.
Yes. LA's mega sports station. 710 ESPN.
Mason and Ireland on LA's mega sports station.
Oh my, am I really on Mason and Ireland show?
Yes.
This is a great moment. Hey.
Right now, more of Mason and Ireland on 710.
All right, we've been all over. The Lakers losing both games this weekend to the Minnesota Timberwolves yesterday. No subs in the second half for JJ.
It was a unique choice.
Yes, it was.
But now we're going to change gears and talk to one of the great football players in USC history. Laura.
We're connecting with him right now.
Is he ready?
I'm talking to him right now. Give me one
Okay, talking to him right now. Yeah.
But yeah, the one thing about going back to the Laker thing.
Yeah.
The thing about JJ not subbing.
Yeah.
Had it worked, it was a stroke
He would have
of
been a
genius. Right. I don't hate the fact that he took a swing and missed.
I agree. I think
there's a lot of Monday morning quarterbacking going on today.
Yeah.
And JJ said after the game when given a chance to say, would you have done it differently? He said no. And Michael Thompson, who I did the game with, says he would have done the same thing JJ did. So there you go.
Are you going to Reggie?
Yeah, we're going to go to Reggie Bush. Joining us live right now is USC Trojan football legend Reggie Bush. Reggie, thanks a lot for coming on, man. How are you?
I'm doing good. Can you guys hear me?
Yep, we can hear you, Reggie. Can you hear us?
Amazing.
Okay.
New technology I'm working on over here, but we all good.
All right, man. So, Reggie, I tell the story all the time. I only saw two players in college in my whole career that I thought, that guy's going to the NFL and he's going to be great. The first one was Marshall Faulk when I was a reporter in San Diego. The second one was you. Now, I knew you grew up in San Diego. Were you a Marshall Faulk fan as a kid, or did you miss that era?
Oh, 100%. And if I had more time, I literally would run into my room right now. I have a bin of old cut-up tapes that I used to study in college, and I had a bunch of Marshall Faulk cut-up tapes, and they were just different plays and different runs of his from when he played with the St. Louis Rams, and they were the greatest show on turf. because when I was at USC, Norm Chow, Lane Kiffin, Steve Sarkisian, a lot of the things that we did on offense were patterned after what the Rams did with Marshall.
Yeah.
Wow. Makes sense.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
So, Reggie, I was doing pregame and postgame during the days that you were at USC. I'm wondering, when they stole your Heisman, did you keep a spot for it so that you had a place to put it when they gave it back to you?
By the way, Reggie, we talked about going and stealing it for you. We thought it was so wrong that they took it away from you. Did you always save a spot for it?
Always, right here.
Yeah.
Right here in my heart. I always knew that, no matter what they tried to say about me, no matter whatever stories they created about me, it wasn't true. And there was no facts behind it to even back it up. So I always kept it right here in my heart. I knew who the true Heisman winner was. Even when they tried to give my Heisman away, they tried to give it to Vince Young when they took it from me. And, amazing story came out of that because me and Vince are still good friends to this day. But I told this story before. Vince told them no and said, that's Reggie's Heisman. I don't want it. And I just felt like, man, in that moment, they just beat us in the national championship. It just showed a lot of character, from BY. And, that's why we're friends to this day. But yeah, I always had a place for it right here in my heart. I always knew, who the true Heisman winner was.
I've always wondered, Reggie, that game, Mason and I were at that game, and we were at the 50-yard line. We had great seats.
Yep.
It's probably the best college football game I've ever seen in person. But you were so used to winning, and you had so few losses in college. Now that you're removed from it, 20 years removed from it, do you now look back on that as one of the great games of all time, or will you always look at it as something that went wrong and you don't even want to deal with it?
Yeah, no, I look at it as one of the greatest games ever played at the college football level. When you talk about just the amount of talent that was on the football field on both sides of the ball, Texas, offense, defense, USC, offense, defense, a lot of first-round draft picks, came from those teams. And a lot of great players, long careers, came from those teams as well. And so, I don't know if we'll ever see another game like that with that much talent, on the football field. When you talk about NIL that's available to kids, the transfer portal that's also available to college players. I don't know if we're going to see teams stacked like that, in the way that it was when you saw those two football teams collide. And I never forget, that moment, that game. It was amazing. Practicing day in and day out against that defense I practiced against the best defense every day. And so that's why, I felt like we were so good on offense, because we truly made each other better. They saw the best offense, the best running backs, the best receivers, and we saw vice versa, the best D-line, linebackers, safeties, corners.
So you're working as an analyst now, obviously, for Fox. See you on Big Noon Saturday and all that stuff. There is so much money floating around college football now. There is so much NIL money. You mentioned the transfer portal. What's your take on what's going on? Because it is very much the Wild Wild West.
Yeah. My take on it is that NIL is amazing. It's great. I'm so glad that players have that available to them now, but it's not the solution. It's not the fix, to the bigger issue, which is college football and basketball players being exploited for money. The solution would be for them to to unionize first, to be able to collectively bargain. Right now, I think college football, basketball players, they need protection because it is the Wild Wild West. And, we're hearing about different stories of players making good decisions or bad decisions, whatever that is. But we have so much ownership now that's placed back on the players. I truly believe they need more protection now than they've ever needed it, because some of these decisions that they're making are life-impacting decisions. And you talk about the amount of money that's involved, that's being passed around. College football, basketball, it's always been big business. We just have never had the privilege of being involved in it until now.
Yeah, so I want to go back to your playing days for just a second, Reggie. I'm a huge UCLA fan,
Yeah.
and you ran all over. I watched you run all over the field on the Rose Bowl, at the Coliseum, over and over again. But I think the best play I ever saw you ran was against Fresno State with the stop and then move to the other side of the field. Was that your favorite play that you've ever had?
That's definitely one of them, and listen, I learned, you talk about guys like Marshall Faulk earlier, Barry Sanders. These are all guys that, that I looked up to, that I idolized, that, I wanted to take little bits and pieces, from all of these players. And, I felt like I was, able to get, as close as possible to that. But that run is definitely one of, I feel like, when you think about great athletes, like the greatest, they all have like a signature play that you can remember, you can think of, you know what I'm saying? And I feel like that was a signature play for me. That when people see me, they right away resonate or think about that play, that moment, where they were at, when that happened. And I love that, man, because that's what the game was about for me. It was about making highlights, having fun, playing our heart out on the football field, trying to bring home championships, Heisman trophies. And, we were able to accomplish a lot, while I was there. But that run is definitely one that sticks out. I'll tell you another one of my favorite runs was actually I had a punt return against Oregon State, and it was in the fog. It was kind of dubbed as the fog bowl. And the reason why I'm talking about this specific play is because it was so foggy I couldn't see the ball when the ball was kicked.
Wow.
So I had to let the ball hit the ground just so I could see it, and luckily it bounced right to me into my stomach.
I have never heard this story. That's amazing. Yeah. Oh, wow.
And there was a guy who was literally 2 steps away from me, and I gave him a little shoulder shimmy, spin move, and then I was right next to the sideline, and then I just darted all the way across the field and ran back to punt. But, that was one of my favorite plays because, again, it was so foggy, even on TV, that people couldn't see the game. And it was even tougher for us while we were at the game. We couldn't even see the other sideline. So,
can you believe that your coach, Pete Carroll, 73 years old, is still in the league and still coaching?
It's crazy, man. He's just, he's got a different battery. I got to be honest with you. Like, he's got a different battery that most people don't have. And, I think that's one of the things that resonated, with our team in college at USC was just Pete just had great energy. Like, he wasn't, he was older when he was with us. Now he's real old. But he's just always had that fun, youthful energy. And I think more than anything, that's what has translated to coaching for him and why he's been successful.
We're talking to Reggie Bush, and Reggie has gone into business with Travis Matthew. Reggie, I'm friends with all those guys. I'm friends with Ryan Ellis and Paul Gray, and I'm going to be calling them and telling them to, if you go on live, you just type into a Google search, Reggie Bush, Travis Matthew, you will get a look at Reggie's collection. And Reggie, the two things I want the coin toss quarter zip hoodie, and what I really want is the touchdown jacket. That touchdown jacket is sweet. What's your favorite thing in the Reggie Bush collection? Is it one of those, or is it something else?
There's a couple pieces in there that I really love. But this shirt I'm wearing right here is unique in it's the first time it's ever been done before. You got a golf shirt with a hoodie attached to it.
This is great.
And
that's the the featherweight stealth hoodie that he's talking about. Go ahead, Reggie. Sorry.
Exactly. And it's one of my designs, one of my creations. I'm a hoodie guy. I love putting hoodies on everything possible. And I came up with this. It worked out. I think the shirt came out great. So it's a mint green Army fatigue. We also have a black and gray Army fatigue with a black hoodie. And one of the concepts for my line is I wanted to create outfits. So you see a matching hat, we got a shirt, we got a pair of shorts and pants to match. So that when you go in the Travis Matthews store, you see my line, my collection, you got a whole outfit right there for you.
That's awesome,
man. Go get a shirt from here, go get some pants from another store. Like, we got a whole outfit right here for you.
So
one of the other things I love about...
Yeah, go ahead, Reggie. Sorry, go ahead.
Oh, yeah, one of the things I love about, like I said, we have an outfit. This is a newer style hat. You see the stitching is going across the forehead as opposed to straightened down like the traditional hat. And then last thing I added on there was just a little spot for your golf tee.
That a boy.
When you're getting ready to tee off, I just hate having tees in my pocket. Your keys falling out the pocket. You trying to pull a ball out. We got a spot for you right here.
That's awesome, man. Well, the Reggie Bush collection is now available with Travis Matthew.
Yeah, you can look at it online, or you can go into a Travis Matthews store. Hey, Reggie, before we let you go, give us some thoughts about USC this year. Lincoln Riley has got a great recruiting class. Mace is a big USC fan. He goes hot and cold on Lincoln.
Yeah, cold last year.
Yeah, where are you on Lincoln Riley? Do you think he's the guy to turn it around, or are you high or low on USC this year?
Listen, I'm always high on USC, all right, because it's my school. I love them. But I think right now, one of the things that's plagued us, is the quarterback play hasn't been as great. Saw a few games last year with too many turnovers, or just maybe holding on to the football too long. Also, the other thing was just that the quarterback play in Lincoln Riley's offense has always been involved in the run game. So he's always had these dual threat quarterbacks that have put a lot of pressure on defenses when they could possibly take off and run and score, right? Kyler Murray, even Baker Mayfield. And so we haven't seen that dual threat component, especially last year at the quarterback position. And I think that kind of hurt them. I think they kind of made the offense a little predictable and a little vanilla. And so I want to see the QB play get back more involved in just into the run game, so that it's just adding an extra weapon to this offense. And then I think overall, I just want to see the team just get off the bus ready to hit somebody in the mouth. And when I say that, I mean just playing physical football. When Lincoln was at Oklahoma, he ran the football a lot. And that was one of the things I was a big fan of, was how he ran the football. They would dominate in the run game. I didn't see that same domination in the run game last year. And so those are areas that I feel like he needs to improve on this year. I like his creativity. I like his mindset. But if the thing he's known for, which is great QB play, we're not seeing that happening, then that's an issue, because that position has to always be elite.
Yeah.
Because he's already coached 3-4 Heisman Trophy winning quarterbacks. So we're expecting a certain level of brand from you now that you've shown us this. And it cannot be any significant drop-off from one year to the other. I don't care if it's, Caleb Williams to whomever. That next guy has to be a guy. And that's just what we have not seen, this past year, from Lincoln. And so that's where, I'm looking to see that improvement change dramatically this year.
I'm with you. Improvement, dramatic. I like all that stuff, Reggie.
Reggie, it's great catching up with you, man.
Awesome to get you on. Thanks for jumping on camera, too.
Appreciate you.
Come back anytime, man.
Absolutely. Thank you,
guys.
guys.
Reggie, have a great day.
Bush.
See ya.
Cool.
All right, coming up next on Friday.
Yes.
We all tried to join this fancy private social network. We have an update.
Yeah, we have an update.
Yes, we do.
And some of us have been accepted. Some of us have been rejected.
Exactly. We'll talk about that. Coming up next, Mason Ireland, 710 ESPN. Let me tell you, it's time to Chumba. Chumba Casino, the action never stops, and it's always a good time to Chumba. Play online social casino games anytime, anywhere for free. No purchase necessary. Your playbook is stacked. Think bingo and solitaire and slots. So much more. Hundreds of games. You're never going to run out of action, and here's the kicker. They're dropping fresh games every single week. It's like a highlight reel of fun ready for you to tackle. Plus, free daily login bonuses and a sweet welcome bonus when you join. Play for free. Take your shot. You can redeem some awesome prizes. What are you waiting for? The clock is ticking. The game is on. Suit up. Take your shot, and let's go to ChumbaCasino.com. That's ChumbaCasino.com. Available only to players in the U.S., excluding Delaware, Washington, Michigan, Montana, Connecticut, and Nevada, and Canada, excluding Quebec. No purchase necessary. VGW Group. Void where prohibited by law. 21 plus. Terms and conditions apply. Mason and Ireland, 710 ESPN.
Travis Rogers and DeMarco Farr.
Back tomorrow at 9 a.m. after Clinton and Friends.
I always wanted to be on the field crew for baseball.
Yeah,
I never got to do it. I want to do that.
So here's when the kids were in Little League, doing field prep is the sweet spot.
Oh, fun. Yeah.
Because it's
dragging the field.
Peaceful.
Yeah.
It's quiet. You're outside.
That's
it's
cool.
Sunny. I love it.
Turning on the sprinkler.
Spraying the dirt with the hose.
Love it.
Dragging the field.
I think when you
got to
bring out when it rains and you got to bring out the tarp.
Oh, no.
I always wanted to do that.
That looks like hard work. I'd like to avoid
fun.
hard work.
And I would mess it up and I'd get run over
It
by the
happens
tarp.
occasionally
I know.
where somebody stumbles and they just, by the way, that would be terrifying. Stuck underneath that thing, right? That's not like a piece of saran wrap. That is a heavy-duty piece of vinyl or whatever it is.
I may have
That's
to bring
really
out the Rambo
scary.
blade.
I would lose my damn mind if I got run over by that cylinder.
I'm getting claustrophobic.
That would be crazy.
Weekday mornings at 9 a.m.
It's Travis and DeMarco
on 710 ESPN.
Hey guys, it's Sedano. Flashy discounts, gimmicky sales? Don't fall for it. At Hernandez Wholesale Flooring, we give you honest, wholesale pricing all year long. No bogus markups, no tricks, just the best floors at the best prices. Call 866-62-FLOOR. No sale beats wholesale. Hernandez Wholesale Flooring, check them out at hernandezwholesaleflooring.net or call them at 866-62-FLOOR.
For the best prices on hardwood carpet and more, call 866-62-FLOOR.
Quarterback Jordan Love isn't just on Green Bay's team. He's also on the American Family Insurance team. Because like us, he believes in dreaming fearlessly.
Just chase your dreams and don't let nobody hold you back.
And we help protect those dreams with the right coverage so you can
dream fearlessly.
American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products not available in every state. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
The sports calendar is heating up, and with ESPN Bet Sportsbook, you can go from checking news and stats to placing bets in just a couple of taps. Stream games, bet live, and get exclusive offers when you link your ESPN account. Right now, you can get $100 in bonus bets when you make your first $10 wager. Download the ESPN Bet app and sign up with promo code JOEQ to get started today. That's JOEQ, Joe Q. Must be 21 plus. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Terms and conditions apply. See app for details. Offer not available in New York.
Mason and Ireland on 710.
I mean, would you rather have good life or sex? Good sex. Good life, good sex.
Well, I got both.
There you go.
That's
good
the correct
for you,
answer.
Johnny I.
More of Mason and Ireland right now.
All right, so this is what the world needs, another social media app. We found it.
Oh, is
And
this
Pretentious
the...
wanted that.
It's Pretentious. You got to be smart and young,
Greg,
apparently,
give
for
the
this one.
background on this thing. How did we find this thing?
So it was Brian Cohen that found it, and supposedly it was just a network. It was a social network to get together with people that of the same ilk that have are smarter than other people.
Same ilk, yeah.
So we're supposed to be smarter. You're supposed to take a quiz to get into it.
Really?
We did not have to take a quiz.
No, we didn't.
To ruin that.
Okay,
bit, but-
well,
Sorry.
can I just say?
Did you get in?
My message
Denied.
says, we're sorry we couldn't accept your application. Deciding who to accept is never easy. We hope you'll apply again in the future. F you is what I say.
Okay, so here's the
Did
weird
you get
thing.
in?
I don't want to be in any
Wait.
club that would have
All
me.
right, now what is the name of this thing?
Clock out.
Clock out. So I did the whole thing. The only reason I wanted to be accepted was because I wanted to take the test.
Me too.
Right. Okay. So I filled everything out. I just got a message. You've been accepted.
Oh, you were accepted?
I was too.
But no test.
So there
I
was
think
no intelligence
No.
test at all?
I think I'm going to delete it. Did you have to take the test?
I did not have to take a test.
And you got accepted,
I
right?
got accepted. I deleted it because there was too many notifications
Yeah,
coming.
I just
I'm done.
some
I'm
girl
out.
named Maya wants to meet me.
How come? Wait, hold on.
Wait a minute,
Wait.
did
You're
you
telling
get a
me
message
that all
already?
of us got it? Laura, you got
Look,
in, right?
Okay, so I was confused because Mason sent out a message on the group
Are you
thread
getting these?
and said, "Oh, I got denied." And I'm like, "What did I miss yesterday?"
Exactly the same thing.
Then Greg says, "Oh, new app, whatever." I was like, "Oh, I want to join. I want to see if I get in." Congratulations, you're in. We only accept 10% of applicants. Your killer resume and extensive network got you in. So how did all three of us and you didn't?
Three of us got in.
How?
One of us didn't. I thought Ireland was.
I've got a huge network. I'm
right.
known for my network.
It's not an age
I have
thing,
enough
Greg.
Evidence. I think clock out is anti-gay.
Oh,
No.
I thought it was ageist.
Yeah, they're not letting the gays in.
No,
I thought
I
it was
don't.
ageist for sure.
Or that you're
Age.
old. They
Yeah.
saw your gray hair and they say,
Or
out.
it's a combination of the two, old and gay.
They saw
No.
John Ireland as the Lakers announcer and say, "Oh, we got to get this guy."
Oh, I
in
said
here for sure."
for my picture, I have a picture of me with a headset on. That's
Oh,
why
that's great.
That's why they let you
What
in.
was the picture you used?
A picture of me, I don't know, doing something. But I mean,
see-
seriously, now it won't even let me reapply.
No. Oh yeah, no. You don't want to get into it anyway.
I don't want to be in it. I
It's pretentious.
deliberately am going out of my way to not be in whatever that is.
I thought it was if you were just like around our age, Laura, a little or younger, that they would just let us in. But it's not because John's in. He's 61.
Yep.
61. You're 60.
It's
They
not
get
an
in.
age
No,
thing.
It's not an age
Yeah.
thing. So
No.
maybe John's right. It's a gay thing.
No, I don't
Don't
think
think
so.
it's a gay thing?
I don't
I
think so.
don't think so.
It
I
is
don't think so.
weird that I'm the
They have
only
an
one that wasn't
LGBTQIA
accepted.
plus.
DeAndre, you should try just to see if you get it. It takes
Yeah.
24
Yeah,
hours.
and if they don't let you in, they're racist.
Oh,
There you go. We're gonna.
Will they let Pepe in?
No.
Oh, but let's make
Oh,
Pepe
Pepe,
won't.
do
Let's,
it.
Let's,
What
let
we
him,
do?
let's make him apply.
Oh yeah.
on
Absolutely.
Wednesday, right?
Yeah. They're in.
Yeah,
They're in on Wednesday.
Michael's going to do the game, and Michael is apparently going to defend his position that JJ did the right thing, not using any subs in the second half.
Okay, wait, hold on. Can we just go to that for a second? Who else should have come into the game at that point?
Gabe
Gabe Vincent for Luka at the start of the fourth.
Yeah, but then you're losing Luka because in this first 3 games,
You lost Luka for the final 2.
But Luka had those non-Luka minutes were
How about
really,
Jared-
really rough.
How about Jared
Vanderbilt.
Vanderbilt for LeBron at the end of the third?
See, I would have. That's totally fine, absolutely. But once they didn't do that and they got into the fourth quarter, you can't.
Well, no. Once you
have
get
any
into the fourth
substitution.
quarter, you kind of got no choice. You're
Mace,
pot
I
committed.
disagree. Start of the fourth.
No.
They were
No,
up 10.
I agree. Start of the fourth, but once you get past that, there's nothing to do. It's you're pot committed.
And
You're
by
playing
the way,
everybody at
the
the end.
TV
just
timeouts
short of
were
it, too.
3 or 4 minutes long. So let's say you pull Luka, like with 30 seconds to go at the end of the third quarter. You get him that whole 4-minute timeout.
Right.
Then you get him a whole sequence. If you can keep him out for 3 minutes, you get that whole sequence. And then you put Gabe in, see if Gabe can hit a couple of threes, and then put Luka back in for the last 9. What's wrong with that?
There's nothing wrong with it. He obviously didn't do it, but when he didn't do it, that's where you couldn't change it anymore. Once you got into the fourth quarter, there was nothing.
Well, yeah,
else
no.
could
Once
do.
you got, but that doesn't mean he shouldn't have done it at the start of the fourth quarter.
Either
That's
way,
where I would have done it.
John said it earlier in the show that in the locker room at a halftime, they all came together and said, "This is what we're doing.
Right.
We're going
And I'll-
5
doesn't
for
make
2
it-
quarters."
that doesn't
Let me
make
say
it
again.
right.
Let me say it again. If it worked, if they would have hung on to that lead, JJ is a genius.
Took a
right
big
there.
swing.
It was
Because
right
he did,
there.
and I don't hate that he took a big swing.
No, I don't
And
either.
it's just going to be a small part of the story when we shock the world
There you
with
go.
the 5%ers.
We're
Let's
all
go.
gonna
What are you shaking your
forget.
head
I
at?
know.
Bergman?
I'm part of it.
You
I'm
gotta
part of the
believe.
5%er. I've been part
no
of the
I
5%er.
saw that. I saw that head shake, and it was not up and down. It was side to side.
I should change
You
it to
gotta
this.
believe.
Right.
Come
I
on.
fully believe, and I thought that, you know what, in hindsight, when you're looking at it, I truly understood
True
what
story.
he was doing.
I have made dinner plans on Thursday night in Minneapolis, and
Okay,
I
good.
intend to keep them.
Good.
Act
Good.
as if.
Who are you going out with?
As if.
The guy who used to run Terranea.
Oh,
okay.
very
Yeah,
nice.
he
Excellent.
runs a resort in Minnesota now.
Oh,
All right, so coming up next for you, got Game of Games. I'd like to do the game today. Is there any way I can do the game?
And then I just do mine tomorrow?
Yeah, you do yours tomorrow.
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
I kind of like my game, and I want to get it out
Okay.
this week. So we'll do it coming up next. Mason and Ireland, 710 ESPN.
Sedano and Cap.
Today at 3 p.m. after Mason and Ireland.
I decided to do some reading this morning from like the Colorado guys who actually covered Shadeur, and they said, I don't know, teammates seemed to like him pretty well. He was tough as nails because he got his ass kicked pretty much every game because his offensive line sucked for 2 years for the most part. He actually plays a lot like Caleb, except he's not as athletic as Caleb. So I actually think that stuff worries me a little bit. He should be a guy, in my opinion, that plays more like Tua Tagovailoa. But that's the stuff that drives me crazy, is that this is the sport. This is such a manly man sport, right? Oh, so manly. Oh, we collide for a living. Ooh, yeah, we're tough guys. But yet you can't take it in a room when some kid's got some confidence and you clearly don't have very much self-confidence because he made you feel small. Get the bleep out of here with this.
The LA Afternoon Takeover. That's Sedano and Cap.
On 710 ESPN.
When pain keeps you from doing what you love, Hoag Orthopedic Institute gets you back to you. We are ranked number 18 in the nation and number 1 in Orange County for orthopedic and spine care by U.S. News and World Report. From the surf to the green, our world-class doctors are there, which is why more Californians choose Hoag Orthopedic Institute for orthopedic and spine care more than any other hospital. At Hoag Orthopedic Institute, there is no one better at getting you back to you. Proudly founded by premier physicians in partnership with Hoag. Learn more at HoagOrthopedicInstitute.com.
Hey, Southern California, I'm Ty Pennington, the home guy. Teaming up with Pechanga Resort Casino to give away a brand new house. Imagine yourself in a 4-bedroom, 3-bathroom home in incredible Temecula, California. All you need to do is play your favorite slots or table games at Pechanga Resort Casino. The more you play, the more entries you earn. Visit Pechanga.com or call 888-PECHANGA for complete details on Home Sweet Win.
Rules and conditions apply. Go to Pechanga.com for more details.
Every great team has its core players, but when the season gets tough, adding the right free agent can make all the difference. The same goes for business. At Robert Half, we found that 67% of companies surveyed plan to increase their use of contract talent to handle workload peaks and backlogged projects. With Robert Half's specialized recruiters' experience, combined with our award-winning AI, you can quickly find the skilled candidates you want. At Robert Half, we know talent. Discover how we can help at roberthalf.com/talent.
Whether you're building a single roof or a successful roofing business, roofing contractors like you need the right tools for the job, and software is no exception. Service Titan is on a mission to be the most powerful software platform for the trades, with purpose-built technology proven to maximize revenue, streamline operations, and deliver 5-star customer experiences. We are taking roofing companies like yours to the next level and beyond. Service Titan, we are built for this. See what we can do for roofers at servicetitan.com.
710 ESPN.
And it is time for Game of Games on the #1 sports radio show in LA, Mason and Ireland. Game of Games. Game of Games presented by CallJacob.com.
Call Jacob.
Everyone loves a fighter, but in this town, winning matters, especially after an accident. So remember, anyone can fight, but CallJacob.com is here for you when you need a big win. After an accident, go to CallJacob.com or call 844-24-JACOB. That's 844-24-JACOB. We got the jingle.
Call Jacob.
Thank you. Game of Games time. Take it away, Mace.
All right, here we go. It is Game of Games time, and it is my game today. Normally this would be John. I decided I want my game.
Go for it.
On Monday. So this is worth 2. What is our score right now, Lar? Do you have it handy?
I do. So Ireland, you have 7, so I'm guessing you won on Friday.
Did.
Brian has 4, Mason has 4, I have 3, Pepe has 2, Greg 2.
So, Mace, you can still catch me as long as I don't win.
Win today.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or
because it's my game
your
tomorrow, and then Michael's. So you need someone else to win besides me today.
Yep.
And you need to win tomorrow and the next day.
Okay, so go everybody but John. Here we go.
Come on, Greg.
This game is about the Lakers, the Dodgers, and the Kings. I will give you a player and an unusual fact.
Okay.
You tell me if it's real or if I made it up.
Okay.
Here's number 1. Dodgers reliever Jack Dreyer is an expert at solving the Rubik's Cube, and he's teaching some of his teammates. Is that fact or is that fiction, Bergman?
I will go fact.
Fact. Ireland?
I'm going to go fiction. I think you Bergman is good at the Rubik's Cube. I think you stole that idea and applied it to Jack Dreyer. I'm going fiction.
Okay, Laura.
I'm also going fiction.
Fiction. DeAndre.
I'm going fact.
It is a fact.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's all. Wow. Did you know that?
I did not. No.
Yeah, there've been a couple of news stories about it. He is an expert at the Rubik's Cube. All right, number 2. It's Bergman 1, DeAndre 1. Everybody else yet to scratch. Number 2. When Andrei Kopitar was growing up, he was known as Kopi the Bear. Kopi the Bear. Is that fact or is that fiction? Ireland.
Fiction.
Fiction. Laura.
100% fiction.
Fiction. DeAndre.
Going fact.
Fact. Bergman.
Fiction.
It is a fact. He was known as Kopi the Bear. He was soft-spoken and almost impossible to knock down on the ice. It continues to this day. So DeAndre's taking a lead. Number 3, Luka Doncic plays Overwatch 2, the video game. He is one of the top 500 players on the planet. Is that fact or is that fiction, Laura?
On the planet?
On the planet. Luka.
On the planet.
On the planet.
Fiction.
Fiction. DeAndre.
Fiction.
Fiction. Bergman.
Fiction.
Fiction. Ireland.
Unanimous. Fiction.
It is 100% fact. He's one of the top 500 players in the country at Overwatch 2.
I'm sensing a theme here.
Yeah.
Number 4. Kings goalie Darcy Kemper is actually named for his maternal grandmother. Is that fact or is that fiction? I think. Yeah, we start with DeAndre here. Fact or fiction, DeAndre?
I'm going fiction.
Fiction. Bergman?
Fiction.
Fiction. Ireland?
Fact.
Fact. Laura?
I'm with Ireland. Fact.
It is fiction. Totally made it up.
Oh my God.
It wasn't going to be fact the whole time.
Yeah.
It wasn't going to be.
I know, but it might be too late. DeAndre's got 3 and Greg has 2.
All right, number 5.
And we haven't scratched yet, have we?
We have dueling failures.
Yeah.
Number 5. Max Muncy has a hit in 5 different countries. Max Muncy has a hit in 5 different countries. Bergman, is that fact or is that fiction?
1, 2, 3, 4. Does he have one somewhere else? Where would the 5th country be? Fiction.
Says fiction. Ireland.
I know.
All right. Japan, Mexico, Australia, United States. Did they play in Korea? I need to catch up. I'll go fact.
Did they play
Fact.
in Mexico?
Laura.
I also need to catch up, so I have to go fact, I think.
Fact. And DeAndre?
I'm going fiction.
DeAndre should have gone fact there. He is a hit in the
Korea.
U.S., obviously.
Korea, Japan.
In South Korea. In Japan.
Australia.
In Canada, because they play.
Canada.
Oh, didn't think about that.
And they played a series in Mexico, and he had a hit there.
Was he not in there when they weren't there when he was in Australia?
Yeah, he has hits in the U.S., Mexico, South Korea, Canada.
We got one.
We're off the schneid.
Yep.
Still the DeAndre.
Wait, how many are left?
There are 3 left.
All right, we're still alive, Laura.
All right, let's go.
All right. Austin Reeves grew up on a 300-acre farm, and his hometown of Newark, Arkansas, doesn't even have a stoplight. Is that fact or is that fiction? DeAndre.
Going fact.
Going fact on that. Bergman.
Fiction.
Fiction. Ireland.
Fact.
Fact. Laura.
Fact.
Fact. It is a fact, yes. You probably knew that,
All
John.
right, I did. He has told me that story, but there are 2 left.
2 left.
All right, DeAndre has 4, and everyone else has 2, so DeAndre has to go first.
Okay. Ready, DeAndre?
Let's do this.
You can lock it up, D.
When he was younger, Quentin Byfield's nickname was the Giraffe. When he was younger, Quentin Byfield's nickname was the Giraffe. Is that fact or is that fiction, DeAndre?
I'm going fiction.
Fiction.
I think he's right, but all 3 of us
have to go fact.
And guess what? You're absolutely right.
It was the
Byfield,
giraffe?
one of the tallest forwards ever drafted, his long stride and towering presence got him
Clippers
nicknamed
gonna
the
clip.
Giraffe.
Oh, we only one back. We're only one back.
DeAndre.
What's the score now?
He has 4. We
We
all
have 3.
Oh, wow. DeAndre,
But
don't blow
2
it.
left. 2 left.
Okay.
DeAndre.
I can see Aaron Gordon hovering around the rim.
That was amazing, by the way.
Yeah, we were talking about that.
So you only have to go different once here,
Yeah.
right? You need to make up 1 point.
1
But there's
point.
only 1 left.
There's
2 left.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, that's even better.
That's, yeah.
Number 8, Kirby Yates was born in Hawaii and grew up as an avid surfer. Is that fact or is that fiction, DeAndre?
I'm going fiction.
Fiction. Bergman.
I'm good. Yeah, I'm going to do it here. I'm going to go fact.
Fact. Ireland.
I'm with Greg. I'm going fact.
Laura.
I'm going with D. Fiction.
Laura should have gone with
Oh.
Bergman. And
We're tied up
We
here.
caught him.
And I'm out, right? Wait, no.
No, Laura, you can
Oh,
go
okay.
different,
Okay.
conceivably. Yeah, but right now, Bergman, Ireland, DeAndre, I've got you guys all with 4.
And
Is that
Laura
right?
has 3.
Laura's got 3.
Damn.
Okay, here we go.
Number-
So either Greg or I have to go first.
Number 9. Rui Hachimura's first name translates to English as bass. The name is a tribute to his grandfather's love for baseball. Is that fact or is that fiction? Ireland.
I've never heard that, but not like I would. I'm going to go fiction.
Fiction. Okay. DeAndre.
I'm going fact.
DeAndre's
Going
going
for the
fact.
win.
Well, then I'm screwed.
Going for the win.
Yeah,
Bergman.
you're out, but I'm going
I'm
to
out.
go with Ireland and fiction. I don't
Thanks,
think
D.
so.
The correct answer is fact. DeAndre pulls it out.
We're not going to.
Dang it, I could have locked up the one.
Yep. Damn.
Wow. All right, DeAndre.
Yeah.
Good one, guys. I know, and a Laker question.
And just like that.
Nice job, D.
You want to do the tiebreaker? Just
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
an
Sure.
interesting one. How many wins do the Lakers have in the 2000s? How many wins do the Lakers have
God.
in the 2000s?
Oh my God.
Okay, so let's see. This is, okay, I'm not
25th
looking anything up.
year.
I'm using a calculator. Okay.
Yep.
I'm gonna say they averaged. Okay.
Okay, you ready?
2000s.
2000s, 25 years. And regular season games. Only regular season games. I should have added that.
Okay.
Ireland, what do you got?
1,000 even.
I said 850.
Oh,
Bergman says 850. Laura?
I had 1,005. No lie, I did the math.
1005.
That's okay.
DeAndre?
I'm going 950.
Correct answer is 1105. And Laura.
Laura.
I was like 40
Laura
times.
did get the tiebreaker. Normally
I
you're
typed
terrible
in-
on the tiebreakers.
I typed in 25 years times 40. I figured
about
they
right.
averaged
Yeah, that's what I was thinking,
40.
but it went down.
Oh, I
You're
did the
right.
math wrong because I did 25 times 40 and I got 1,005. So I did
so
the
you
math
just
wrong.
did the
No,
math
it's
wrong.
1,000 even.
Yeah, I was like, I did the math wrong.
There you go.
By the way, you love the 2-minute reports, the last 2 minutes report,
Oh,
right?
I would get
God.
rid of them.
Yeah, there is one. They had one thing on the last 2-minute report
From the Lakers,
from the Lakers
Timberwolves?
and Timberwolves.
Was that
game, yes.
tripping?
The tripping on Luka Doncic should have been called.
There you go.
There you go.
JJ was right.
Yep.
Now, Luka clearly stepped on McDaniel's
Thank
foot,
you,
but
Ray,
so I
Michael
guess
fan.
you cannot put your foot in his path.
In
Yeah.
the path, right?
It's like when you land when you're shooting, and if you
Oh,
put,
yeah,
if
it's
you
like
dr-
that.
and you
When you
drop
kick
into
your
there, yeah.
feedback. Yeah, right.
Doesn't
An
matter.
offense-
We will overcome it because us 5%ers are going to shock the world.
And do you see they also did the same thing for Detroit and New York
Yeah.
and said that that
They
should
said
have
it
been a
almost
foul.
right away.
Yeah, like, is this supposed to make the Lakers feel better that they
No.
missed a call? Stop doing those 2-minute reports. They're just, I mean, all they do is make people feel worse.
I don't know. It makes JJ feel right. I'm
Yeah.
correct. That was tripping.
Well, that's all right. JJ will be riding high by Sunday.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, we need a win Wednesday night.
That's all we need.
We need
Just
Kings tomorrow
one.
night, and we need Lakers Wednesday night. Got to keep these
Both at
series
home.
rolling along. Both at home, both at Crypto. All right, we got a little super crosstalk coming at you next. Shadano and Cap, I think, are...
Remote, I believe.
Oh, they're both remote.
Sedano
Okay.
should be in studio.
yeah.
Oh,
Shadano here, Cappy down in South. We'll do that coming up next. Some super crosstalk. Mesa and Ireland, 710 ESPN.
Sedano and Cap.
Next at 3 p.m. after Mason and Ireland.
Bergie, there's a part where I'm walking and I'm standing with Clinton and I see you walking in the background. I'm like, oh my God, did I screw over Bergie in some way?
I am not worried about that.
Yeah,
in the
I don't think
slightest.
anyone's taking the Cappy Lappy that serious.
I do like the Cappy Lappy though. We've done it a few times. you
Yeah,
and I.
the virality is going crazy. Yeah, it needs, it needs a song, George.
That's what the song should be.
Yeah.
No, it's the Laffy
like
Taffy.
Laffy Taffy,
But somebody
yeah.
should call it. We should do like a parody version. Call it the Cappy Lappy. The Cappy Lappy.
Yeah, you know what else it needs? It needs a partner in it.
Hold on. Play the song. Play Laffy Taffy for Cappy.
The
You don't
clean
know the song?
version.
Yeah, the clean
Please,
version.
Please, the clean version.
Wait, you don't know it, Cap?
Let me hear it. Oh, yeah.
The Cappy Lappy. Oh, the Cappy Lappy.
Yeah.
Cappy Lappy.
See, we can do that.
The LA Afternoon Takeover. That's Sedano and Cap.
On 710 ESPN.
Hey guys, it's Sedano. Mother's Day is almost here, and I've been thinking about this all the time, how my mom always took care of me, man. I remember like when I was a kid, like a little kid, I'd forget my lunch. Mom would bring it over to the school. That way I wouldn't go starving the whole day. I mean, you never forget what mom does for you. Abuela too. Tia, your wifey, who does all sorts of stuff for you. And I'm sure your sister probably did plenty for you too when you were growing up. So my mom did everything to make me happy. I'm returning the favor. I'm sending her happy flowers for Happy Mother's Day from the Bouqs Company. Short for bouquets. We're hooking you up. 25% off your order. All you got to do is use the promo code ESPN so you can send some happy flowers too. Bouqs aren't just any flowers. Their flowers are cut fresh from the best farms, so they're bigger, brighter, and they last way longer. Some even grow on the side of a freaking volcano. Wow mom with a bright, happy bouquet, or go to Bouqs flower subscription so she gets her fresh blooms on repeat. Look, guys, you can't forget mom. Mother's Day is May 11th, so order your Bouqs now. Go to Bouqs.com. That's BOUQS.com. Promo code ESPN for 25% off. That's BOUQS.com. Promo code ESPN. Bouqs. Promo code ESPN.
Hey, it's Mace, and there's no better place to watch sports than Cosm. The Cosm Dome has got massive high-resolution display. It creates the ultimate immersive experience with a massive wraparound screen that throws you in the middle of the action. The Cosm Hall features wall-to-wall exciting pro and college games. Catch all the heart-pounding excitement of both the NBA and NHL playoffs. Secure your tickets now at Cosm. That's COSM.com and experience the game like never before. Cosm.com.
Stay up to date with every playoff game with Lakers email sent straight to your inbox. Each email offers something different. Lakers pregame emails provide game day essentials before tip-off, from projected starters to game times, while Lakers weekly emails give you exclusive Lakers content created exclusively for subscribers. Don't miss any of the action by signing up now at Lakers.com/emails. That's Lakers.com/emails. Let's go Lake Show.
Los Angeles, game day is here. Whether you're watching courtside or couch side, fuel up with the fire-grilled flavor of El Pollo Loco. Their famous fire-grilled chicken, marinated in citrus and spices, cooked over an open flame. It's the perfect play for your taste buds. From their fan-favorite chicken tostadas to fire-grilled family meals that feed your whole squad, El Pollo Loco has you covered. Get in the game with El Pollo Loco, because great flavor is always a slam dunk. El Pollo Loco. Order today at elpolloloco.com.
KSPN AM 710 Los Angeles. KRDC AM 1110 Pasadena, Los Angeles.
K256CX 99.1 FM Pasadena, Los Angeles.
It's the greatest segment in LA sports radio history.
Oh my God. When the shows come together for magic on the radio.
It will only grow stronger. Super Crosstalk.
Are we ready for Sedano and Cap to join Mason in Ireland?
Super Crosstalk begins.
Super Crosstalk. Presented by Coors Light. Coors Light. Made to chill.
It's time for Super Crosstalk.
Hey, guys, what's happening?
Hello, gentlemen.
Hello, Jimin. What's up?
Guys.
Oh, Sedano's here. Nice.
Guys, how we doing? How we living, Johnny? Are you okay, man?
Of course I'm okay, Cappy, because we're about to shock the world.
I love it.
I'm a 5%. Sedano's mocking me. He's laughing
Already
at me.
mocking. Wow.
I'm a 5%er, George. According to analytics, statistics, the Lakers have, actually it's not even 5%. It's like 4.8% chance of coming back down 3-1. History in the making, George. Let's go.
As Cappy knows, I'm not an absolutist. Right, Cappy?
Absolutely. Right. See what I did there?
He's absolutely not an absolutist.
George, am I pipe dreaming?
I mean, it's not impossible.
Thank you. That's all I need is an opportunity.
But it's not likely.
But it's happened, George. It has happened 13 times.
Yeah, George, this is what
That's not a lot.
I made reference
It's like
to this
300
earlier.
and something series.
Cap, over the weekend, I discovered that Elizabeth Hurley, one of the best-looking women on the planet, is dating Billy Ray Cyrus.
Yeah.
If that can happen,
Anything can
happen.
Right.
Go Lakers.
Right on.
I think your only real shot is if Ant somehow, unfortunately, has some sort of health issue.
We don't want that.
Oh, wait a
or
second.
if the refs throw him out for
Right.
arguing.
Well, Barkley actually said, what he said is that if Adam Silver suspends him for 3 games.
Exactly. Silver, get in there. Do your thing.
Oh,
All
man.
right, so Cap and Sedano, Mason and I have been talking about it all day.
Yeah.
I got into an argument with Michael yesterday during the game.
Mm-hmm.
Michael says he would have done exactly what J.J. Redick did. It's the playoffs. The timeouts are long. You do not need to substitute. I thought clearly the substitutions or lack thereof exhausted the Laker 5, and they had nothing left at the end.
Mm-hmm.
Sedano, you first. If you had to pick a side in that argument, who's right?
If I had to pick a side, I would pick your side. Because I do feel like you needed to find a minute somewhere.
I thought beginning of the fourth, when they were up 10, would have been a good time to put Gabe Vincent in for Luka and give him 3-4 minutes.
Even Vanderbilt, whatever. It just doesn't. I mean, look, JJ's made it very clear that he only trusts 5 guys.
Yes, there's no question.
Now, and had that worked, JJ would be talked about today as a genius.
It was a huge swing he took, and you whiffed. Unfortunately, this is a very much a, as they say, make or miss league, and unfortunately, he missed. It's a loss.
But sometimes the guy who you get credit for gambling a little bit, right? You get credit for being the guy that takes a big swing.
I don't blame him. I would not have done it for 24 minutes.
Cappy, what say you?
Well, I'm kind of with you guys here. You know, I think where Michael comes from is that when you're a leader of a team, you'll sell out. You'll give everything you've got. You know, you'll give every last ounce of energy that you've got inside of you to try and win a game. I understand that. But the only thing is that I'm thinking about it like this. Not only, George, does he not trust a bunch of other guys on that roster, but I'm thinking to myself, I was told at the beginning of the year when Jared Vanderbilt was hurt how much of an important part of the defense he is when he gets back.
Never by JJ, though, I feel like.
No, I'm just saying that he was advertised.
I'm not saying that he has undersold, but I don't feel like Vanderbilt has ever been part of like the guys that, when he talks about his best lineup, he always includes Finney Smith and Hachimura.
Yes. Okay, Finney Smith's one of his favorite players of all time.
Yes. But it gets back to what you were saying,
And those guys
John.
deserve to be in that final five. Don't get me wrong. That is by far their best five. But I think you need to find. Gabe Vincent has played in the finals before and like played well. Like you need to find a couple of minutes to give Luka a breath. You need to find use Vanderbilt for a minute. 90. LeBron doesn't need more than 90 seconds. Like I think JJ has been pretty masterful most of the year. But Cappy, you and I talked about this. He will not. He's going to be judged one way during the regular season. I thought he passed that test. But in the postseason, he'd be judged too. And he took a gamble, and it didn't work.
Now, let me ask you guys about a particular element of this. I've been told by a couple of different people that I think JJ actually admitted this in his post-game presser. JJ went to the Stars at halftime.
Yeah.
And
made
went
that
to the
decision,
five
yeah.
and said, guys, I'm going to ride you. You have to be honest with me. If you need to come out, let me know, and we'll get you a blow. It kind of reminds me of, I've never met an athlete that's going to
say no.
Right.
Yeah.
You've got to kind of protect them against themselves, right? That was a tactic that was probably not going to work, right?
Yeah.
Well,
I agree.
but let me ask you guys this question.
Maybe if you tell me they're going to play the whole fourth quarter, cool, no problem. I'm riding with that. I would say even if you told me the last 15 minutes of game time because you got the quarter in between.
Mm-hmm.
Man, 24 minutes is a lot of playoff basketball when you're playing against a team who was in the Western Conference Finals last year.
And
no matter how many timeouts there are.
One thing I want to be fair here because I was the one making this argument for years, frankly. In the playoffs, the timeouts are longer.
Yeah,
so
they're like an extra 30,
the
45
rotation
seconds.
gets shorter.
Yeah, you can ride your stars longer. And I always said, this is why I like the Lakers in this series because Luka and LeBron can play 40-plus minutes. Now he plays them 40-plus minutes, and people are criticizing him. In this case, I thought he should have given him a blow.
I agree.
So it's hard to have it both ways from my standpoint.
Sure,
I was arguing, leave your stars in longer.
No,
he did,
I'm
and
with
now
you.
I'm, you know.
But hold on. Here's another part of it that I don't know if you guys have talked about this yet today. What does it now do to guys that were on the bench? Jared Vanderbilt, Gabe Vincent, Jordan Goodwin.
I will tell you this. Gabe Vincent, I just knowing him a tiny bit, tiny bit, and knowing the people he was with before, there were times Spoelstra, I mean, he liked him a lot. He played him a ton. But there were times where Spoelstra would yank him if he had to. You know what I mean? So I don't know Vanderbilt at all. So, like, I don't know how Vanderbilt will react to it. But I feel like Gabe is a pro's pro.
Maybe. But that's the question is now, how do these guys react when they're sent in and they're like, my coach clearly doesn't trust or believe in me? What does that do to the psyche of the bench?
It would never, if I was a player, it would never matter to me whether or not the coach believed in me. I just know I got to ball out when I get minutes.
Yeah. Well, that's just it. Is you play so hard and you play so well that the coach can't take you off the floor.
I'm surprised you didn't give us a Coach Prime. Do you believe?
Well, I'll give you this from Coach Prime. We still coming.
Okay, good.
We still coming.
Hey, we didn't have time to get into
Hey,
this.
real quick, I want to dump this in, okay?
Yeah.
So you stated the right thing 4.5% of the time. 13 out of 288 instances, a team has come back from 3-1.
Mm-hmm.
But in Vegas right now, the series number is at plus 370 for the Lakers, which estimates a 21% probability of comeback, according to Vegas.
We're going to be the 21%ers.
21% chance. It's
George,
getting better. It's getting better.
We haven't brought this up at all today, and I'm glad you're here because you'll have insight on this that I might not have. I felt so bad for Damian Lillard because he's such a great guy.
I saw it live, yeah.
Yeah, were you working that game?
No, I was I'm saying I was watching on TV.
Yeah, all right. So he's out obviously for the rest of this year and probably most of next year, if not all of next year.
No, I would say pretty much all of next year, too.
Does that put Giannis in play?
Oh, no question. I mean, I think. Now, maybe Milwaukee and him say, no, we're good, we'll figure it out. But if you're being smart about this, you're not going to – you have Dame, So next year he's making $54 million. Okay, he's not going to play.
They're 1-8 in their last 9 playoff games.
And then he's got and they will have been taken out 3 straight years in the first round. Okay, Then he has a player option the following year for $58 million, which he's opting.
Dame?
No, Dame.
Okay.
The only way you can reset your franchise is by trading Giannis.
Yeah.
They made a swing on Kyle Kuzma that has backfired in a big way. Not that look, they didn't love Middleton anymore. I get it, but man, like Kuzma stinks.
Yeah, well, Kuz had a quadruple zero the other day.
Yeah.
No points, no rebounds, no assists, no.
So any chance
anything.
Nico Harrison were going to get the Milwaukee job? Because that would be perfect for us.
So I think if Milwaukee is smart, Giannis is not ending up with the Lakers. If Milwaukee is smart, they go before the draft. They go to Giannis and say, "What do you want to do?" And if he says, "I think it's best if we go in a different direction," do it before the draft because people have more draft picks available to you in a good draft.
You know where I could see him going, George? Miami.
That was always the rumor.
Yeah, that they've got enough parts there where they could put together a deal. They could put some draft picks into it. I don't think they'd want to give up Bam. I think they'd want to play them together. But if you had to, you do.
I'd do it.
Where does Durant go?
Houston.
But they're saying they don't want him.
I don't buy that.
You just think that's they're posturing.
Yeah, I don't buy it.
Because their core, everybody that plays, with the exception of Van Vliet, who I think is a little
what
bit
are they
older,
missing?
Scoring.
And a guy who can close games.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true. I mean,
they got everything else.
One thing about this Warriors series is showing that they're probably a year away.
Let me tell you something. What Steph Curry was able to do
without Jimmy
on Saturday, I was there for that one. Okay, he was when I did the postgame walk-off with him, he was exhausted. Like literally, almost couldn't speak for a second or two. I told them, hey, give him a minute, because he was that wiped at the end of that game. I mean, he did 33 points, 9 assists.
I know what that looks like.
Yeah. Yeah. And it was unreal. And look, they had timely shots. Buddy Hield, Gary Payton II. That Warriors team showed me something because they had been so good with Jimmy. They were like under 500 without him this season. So that was a big, big win against a team that I thought was putting the clamps on. They had 22 points nearly midway through the second quarter, the Warriors. 22 points!
Yeah. I noticed that. I go, wait a minute. Is that graphic wrong?
No.
We were at J.D. Hoyt's.
Yeah.
All the announcers are at J.D. Hoyt's.
Yeah.
Like the greatest restaurant in Minnesota. And we kept going, it says second quarter. Is that graphic wrong?
No.
22 points with 6 minutes to go in the second
Yeah,
quarter.
it was crazy.
And then they scored almost 100.
They went nuts. Yeah.
Cappy, your take.
I'm actually fascinated listening to the two of you guys. And by the way,
good, right?
and John, when you said you were at whose house or whose place?
He was
The
at
boys?
J.D. Hoyt.
J.D.
Hoyt.
Hoyt. I was
Restaurant
thinking
in
to myself, Jay Hoyt.
That or
okay.
Oscars.
I was like, Jay Hoyt. Like John's over at Jay Hoyt's house. Like who's Jay Hoyt?
Yeah.
Who's he coach
J.D.
for?
Hoyt's best pork chop in America.
Oh, really?
That's Ireland's wheelhouse right there. Pork chop.
Real quick, what do you guys think of what happened with Shadeur?
I think that if you hindsight is 2020. I think if you look back and any of these stories about the interview process were true, he didn't have the game to get away with how he acted. And I think that's what dropped him.
Yeah, I mean, all kinds of pre-draft stuff.
And I'm rooting for him, George. I want him to do well.
I think he's the best quarterback on that roster.
There have been so many quotes from
Watson isn't going to play.
and all that stuff about
and he ain't very good anyway.
interviews.
Right.
Apparently, during the Giants interview, he took a FaceTime call in
Well,
the middle
I don't
of the
believe
interview.
that.
You don't believe it?
Rick Neuheisel put that out there. Rick Neuheisel also...
you-
let me just say one thing.
Okay.
Rick Neuheisel on his radio show this year also said that when the Rams were playing poorly, that Sean McVay was going to leave and Lincoln Riley was going to be the head coach of the Rams next year.
God.
Okay, so Rick Neuheisel, slow down. I'm not buying anything Rick Neuheisel said.
But I will say this. It is interesting that the stories pre-draft don't come out, and yet there was that one quote in the Tom Pelissero piece from the NFL Network
The guy made him
where
feel
one of the
small.
assistant
Yeah, made him
coaches
feel
said
small, yeah.
that it was the worst interview he'd ever seen. And now all of a sudden there's all these stories that come out. And I'm not really surprised that when you compared Cam Ward, who's this angel of a guy, who's this underdog, who wasn't recruited out of high school, who had to go to this small school in Incarnate Word and work his way up.
Sent
and then,
back $100. Did you see that story?
Yes, unbelievable.
John?
No.
What's that?
They
yeah.
sent all
The
their
old draft day
prospective
thing?
yes. They sent all their prospective draft picks, the $100 in the last page
of the
playbook. He was the only one that sent it
Wait
back.
a minute, this is Bo Callahan. This is right out of draft
Wait a minute,
day.
you mean it was a test?
Yeah.
No,
it was in the Athletic.
Wow.
So
no one responded about the $100.
This is literally a plot line from draft day.
Okay.
Yeah.
They gave Bo Callahan, who everybody thought was going to be the number one pick, $100, and he pocketed it, and everybody else sent it back.
Yeah.
Right.
Wow.
So in this case, Cam Ward was the only guy that actually sent it back with a note that said something to the effect of, give it to me when we win the Super Bowl.
Right.
So my point is this.
Bo Callahan.
Cam
Brian
Ward.
Drew.
Yeah.
People looked at Cam Ward and they said, professional, caring, football's his life, et cetera, and then they compared him to Shadeur, and they were like flashy, entitled, not serious, already rich. Like the comparison between the two made one guy look like somebody that everybody wanted, and the other guy looked like a guy that nobody wanted, and that's ultimately what happened.
Mace, did you shave or something? Your face looks different.
I did. I shave like once a week, and then it fills in,
Yeah.
and then I shave
So
it.
today's your day?
Beginning of the
Yeah,
week.
this is the beginning
I
of
was
the
going to
week.
say, you look like clean. Very
Yeah,
clean.
no, clean today. Yeah,
Today's
that's
your
what I
day,
was
huh?
going for.
Monday
clean
shave.
day. Clean
Nice.
day. Yes.
Nice. Good
Cappy,
shave.
did you do anything cool this weekend?
You
always
I was,
are up to something.
Well, I actually left the Rams draft party, and I should say, I don't know if I'd call it a party, but certainly what they did for the LA firefighters was absolutely incredible up at the Van Nuys Airport and their Air Ops division. That was super cool. And then I took off, and I went up to visit my daughter at Cal Poly SLO.
Cool.
So I had and I went to a fraternity party with my daughter.
Nice.
And is that weird?
Kegger?
Like
It was a kegger?
It was no, it wasn't a kegger, Mace. You know what it was called?
What?
A dager. You know what a dager is?
No.
A day rager.
A day rager.
Oh, a day rager.
It's okay if you go to a day party. It's not okay if you're trolling at night.
True, that is true.
Yeah, and I just don't feel like there's anything really that weird about going to a fraternity party with your kid when it's parents' weekend, and yet I've caught a lot of heat from people.
So I had so much